Good morning to all of you. So, I would like to welcome you all for session number 2. I am Manish K Gautam. I am the director at Alternative Learning Systems. I am the program director for general studies courses which we offer at ALS. But more important, I always take legitimate pride to introduce myself as a teacher, mentor for those who are preparing for civil services. When you will join GS course at ALS Edukemy, you will find me conducting sessions in Indian polity, constitution, governance, internal security issues, current affairs, and Indian geography. These are areas in which I will be conducting sessions if you are joining GS course at ALS Edukemy. Inside the classroom, you may find me a tough taskmaster, a serious person, but outside classroom, I will be a friend forever, and whatever challenge you are facing in preparation, you will find me standing firmly with you to resolve and move on. So, a tough coach, a tough guide is what you may find me inside the classroom. But outside classroom, you will find me slightly different, and this you should not see as paradox. It's not incidental, but it's intentional. Okay. So, this is a brief about me. I have graduated from Banaras Hindu University with mathematics as my honors paper subject, and then I did LLB from Delhi University Campus Law Center, and that was the time when I myself was preparing for civil services, and I appeared in interview. I qualified CAPF exam conducted by UPSC, in which I got All India rank 8. I joined CISF as assistant commandant. I served almost for 7 years, but to pursue my passion for teaching and mentoring civil service aspirant, I resigned and then full time into teaching. And even during the days of my CISF, I was posted in Delhi. I was on deputation. So, day long, I will be doing policing. In the evening, early morning, teaching. Okay. On weekends and guested holidays, teaching. But working days, so I was in dual role for some time. But 2010 onwards, hardcore teaching, training, mentoring, whatever you may say. Okay. So, this is a brief about me. What is more important that today, through this session number 2, I am going to talk about the strategy with which you should prepare general studies for prelims, main exam, and when you go for interview, how you will be stepping in the UPSC boardroom with confidence, how you can come out of the boardroom with a smile on your face and a great satisfaction that, wow, I have given the best shot and I can be confident of not only qualifying the exam, but getting a good rank, which will give me the service which I am looking for. Okay, so this is the purpose of this session number 2. Now, what I would just like to share with each one of you, that in general, if you want to be successful in life, that success strategy revolves around 4D, and I am going to talk about those 4D as far as civil service exam preparation is concerned. So 4D. This is what is the framework within which we will be doing discussion. And the first D is determination. Okay. The first D is determination. The second D is dedication. The third D discipline. And the fourth D, which will get maximum emphasis in my session today, is the direction. That is a strategy. Right? Direction. And that is a strategy for GS. Okay. So all the 4 Ds are very important for every individual who want to be successful in any walk of life. Okay. Now, as far as first D is concerned, I will be talking a bit less about the first two. Okay. But I will be talking a lot about discipline, and maximum discussion talk will be around direction or the strategy. This does not mean that you can downplay the role of first 2D, determination and dedication. But within a strategy, discipline is also an important facet, component, and this is why I will be talking a bit about on discipline, and then most of the discussion will be centered on this direction. Okay. Now, when it comes to determination, okay, when it comes to determination, what I would like to say that as a youngster, right, as a youngster, you all must see a big dream in life. The age in which you all are, everything is possible. I see each one of you as an individual with immense possibility. Everything is possible for you in your life, in your career. This is the kind of dialogue which you will have to generate within you. This is the conversation which you will have to do with yourself. And that internal dialogue, that inner state of being will have transformative impact on your preparation. That will have magical impact on your results. Most important is what? Inner state of being. Majority of the civil service aspirant, what they do? Since beginning till end during their preparation, they are traveling outward in the world of knowledge. Sometimes we have to travel inward, and inside travel is what can raise the bar of determination, and that can only be raised if you do a very different kind of internal dialogue with yourself. For civil service aspirant, what kind of internal dialogue? You should dream big. And while you are dreaming, no boundaries, no barriers, no brackets, no perimeter walls, nothing should hold you, nothing should hook you. Dream big here. But dreaming alone will not help. You will have to take charge of your dreams. And the moment you will take charge of your dreams, you will make committed efforts on ground. Let me, say committed efforts, not efforts. Committed efforts on ground. When I am giving a call that you should dream big. The way I am using this word dream is not the way most of you might be thinking about this word dream in English literature or in day-to-day life. But I am using this word dream the way it was defined by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. What Dr. Kalam said about dreams? He said, dreams are not those which you see while in sleep, but dreams are those which does not let you sleep. So entire during 1.5 year preparation, that dream of yours to get into civil services, that dream of yours to get into Indian administrative service should not let you sleep. Okay? And if you will not sleep during preparation, meaning you will remain alert, attentive, responsive towards the needs which are arising, then you all can make it happen in the very first attempt. Every problem is in thoughts. So you have to first generate a very different internal dialogue with yourself. And you should be least worried about what world may talk and what world may think about you. Share your dream with yourself on daily basis. So one exercise, one activity, what should be your big dream at this stage in your life? That 2023 civil service exam, I am one of the successful candidate. And why one of the successful candidate? 2023 civil service exam, I am one who will get a rank in double digit and single digit. I am one who will get a rank which will be adequate and sufficient to get me into IAS. Okay. And you may be sitting today at our Karol Bagh Center, and many of you who have logged in online with whatever name, right? Whatever name. But for you, who you are a successful candidate of 2023 civil service exam. And not only this is the stage at which you should restrict your thoughts. Who you are DM or DC of your district 7-8 years down the line. You are DCP and SSP of your district 7-8 years down the line. You are the chief secretary of your state 37-38 years down the line. Believe me, genuinely, when I was stepping in this classroom and seeing face of each one of you, for me, I was seeing what? A future cabinet secretary of India sitting in your place. I am seeing some cabinet secretary 35, 38, 40 years down the line, CBI director, India's ambassador to US, India's high commissioner to UK, India's ambassador to Russia, chairman of board of revenue, chief election commissioner. That is the way I see each face. But first you need to have belief in yourself. Determination. Very important. Toppers in this exam, they don't do anything different, but they do everything differently. With very strong determination, they will start the preparation. And majority who will start and will fail, their determination levels are weak. Okay. So what's the game changer? Your inner state of being. What's going to be the game changer? Right? You having belief in your abilities, competency. What's going to be the game changer? The big dream of yours and you taking charge of that dream. Okay. So very important is this determination. I would say that when you go back home today, make a diary. And even those who have joined us online, you all should make one personal diary. And this personal diary, first page, you write your dreams. And when I ask you to write your dreams, who you will be 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 30 years down the line, where you see yourself. Okay, once less hedginess and more clarity is there, then at this stage, what will you do? You will take affirmative steps. You will take small baby steps to turn your dream into reality. And every day when you will open the diary, by default, you will be sharing your dream with yourself, and that will have a lot of impact on your, day. That will have a lot of impact on your personality, and that's very important. Okay. There is a difference between inspiration and motivation. I think you know the difference. Anyone? What's the difference between inspiration and motivation? No. Other way around. Motivation is from outside. Inspiration is within. Motivation is short-lived. Inspiration is forever. Okay. You may get motivated by my words. You may get motivated by words of some successful candidates. You may get motivated by seeing a very successful civil servant. But inspiration, if is there, it is always from within. And once you are able to bring it in you, then it is forever. It will keep you alive. It will keep you kicking. You will be making committed efforts on ground. And I want each one of you to get inspired to prepare civil service exam with positive frame of mind, with firm belief in your abilities, competency, and day one you see that being successful in this exam, getting through this exam is very well within your reach. Is this clear? So 1D is what? Determination. Second D is dedication, right? Second D is dedication. Okay, second D is dedication. Now you will have to dedicate yourself to civil service exam preparation at least for 1.5 years. And in this 1.5 years, you will have to tell yourself that there is no shortcut to success. There is no alternative to hard work. You will have to come out of comfort zone. You know, biggest problem with majority of the aspirant, right? Most of the aspirants, they don't want to come out of comfort zone. And then they have a wish that they would be successful in civil service exam. My dear friend, if you have such thoughts, it's not going to happen. I may sound harsh, but as a tough coach, I want to put across in very plain and simple language that if you will not come out of comfort zone, it is not going to happen. You will have to come out of comfort zone. Next 1.5 years, next 2 years, civil service exam preparation must be given highest priority in your list of priorities, in your list of preference. Rest everything will be secondary. Primary thing which you are going to do next 1.5 years is what? Civil service exam preparation. What I mean by this, right? What I mean by this? Meaning that next 1.5 years, if festivals are there, you should participate in celebration, but your participation will be limited. Low scale, lower intensity celebrations. Social obligations, you will have to limit, you will have to restrict, okay? And more time you will have to dedicate and devote for preparation. 8 to 10 hours you will have to study. 6 to 7 hours you will have to sleep. At least 1.5 to 2 hours you will have to pursue whatever is your hobby, and you meticulously, religiously pursuing hobby is also an integral part of civil service exam preparation, because when you will qualify main exam and you will fill DAF 2, you have to document, you have to mention, you have to pen down what are your hobbies and interests. And when you will go for interview or personality test, the board will do at least 7 to 10 minutes conversation with you on your hobbies and interest. So that hobbies and interest of yours will give you much needed relaxation during preparation, and it is also reinforcing your preparation, as it will help you in interview and personality test. So whatever is your hobby, walking, jogging, running, yoga, meditation, physical exercise, traveling, listening to music, listening to songs, watching movies, reading books, novels, playing games, internet browsing, whatever it may be, the list is very long. Whatever, please do on daily basis, at least for 1.5 hours, as a part of break and relaxation, as a part of break for relaxation, but by default, it is also going to support you in getting good rank. It will boost your interview score significantly. Okay, but then outside hobby, whatever you do, you have to lower down the scale and intensity, whether it is celebrations, whether it is festivals, whether it is social obligations, whether it is any other engagement which you may have. Okay, you will have to cut on those things, and you will have to remain focused on civil service exam preparation. You will have to come out of your comfort zone. Okay, you cannot afford to sleep 10 hours. You cannot afford to sleep 8.5 hours. You cannot afford to celebrate your birthday for 2 days, extended celebrations. You cannot go to attend a marriage in your family or among your relatives where you are there for 5-6 days. No. Okay, dedication, very important. Okay, dedication, very important. And in this, one suggestion. To an extent possible and feasible, you will have to reduce significantly your engagements on social media. एक सबसे बड़ा डिस्ट्रैक्शन जो है अभी सिविल सर्विस एस्पिरेंट का क्या है? सोशल मीडिया, व्हाट्सएप, फेसबुक, यूट्यूब and so many other blogs, Twitter, Telegram, okay, so many other things which are there. So you will have to cut short. These social media platforms are wonderful platforms, but you have to learn how to use these platforms wisely. Okay, and the possibility of these platforms inducing distraction is high. So you will have to cut short your involvement, engagement. Okay, I have met many successful candidates who have told me that they were away from Facebook for 1.5 years. They don't have WhatsApp number. Only after being successful, they reactivated. They activated again their Facebook page. They joined most of the WhatsApp group which they left, and very different was the response. So second D is very important. That is dedication. Remain alert about distractions which may come. Identify what are those things which are inducing distractions and do away with those things which are inducing distraction. एक और distraction आता है आपके एज में. Do I tell that as well? So बोल रहे no, he is shielding himself from that conversation. That distraction can be on account of, right, you getting attracted towards someone. Okay. Even if you get attracted, make that as your strength. Never let that to be the weakness or the roadblock. Okay. So, I am inviting, don't get into any relationship in this stage. Even if you get into, that should be your strength. Okay. And how can it be a strength? If the other partner will put a strong precondition that I love you provided you reach Labasna next year. Let me also reach there. Together we will reach there and we will think of a bright future together, right? Otherwise, right now, big no. Okay, what I am just trying to say, no distractions. Small issues, but important issues. Okay, so second D is about dedication. Now the third D, the most important, is discipline. I haven't seen, okay, I haven't seen anyone who has been successful in life without being disciplined. So you all will have to raise the bar of discipline in life. And one thing you will notice, you will find, you will experience, you will see that the word discipline itself is wrongly defined. What people feel discipline is about punctuality. No, discipline is much beyond punctuality. Much beyond punctuality. Discipline is a very broad and comprehensive term. So first you need to be disciplined in your thoughts. What you need to be? Disciplined in your thoughts. Once you are disciplined in your thoughts, you will automatically be disciplined in your conduct. Yeah, because the maximum distraction in your conduct is on account of what? Lack of discipline in thought. Sometime in your thoughts, what will come? Let me prepare for civil service. Next moment, what will come in your thoughts? No, let me hold this plan for a while and concentrate on PG. Okay, no, let me hold even PG for a while, let me concentrate on my personal life, health issues, family issues. Okay, even in academic life, let me do this. Even in your preparation, you will start with polity. Even before logically completing polity, you will land up starting history. You will start with history. Even before completing one chapter, you will jump to another chapter. Okay, so if there is lack of discipline in your thoughts, it will be reflected in your action, in your conduct, and that will further induce indiscipline in your schedule. So someday you will get up at 5:30, other day you will get up at 9, and you will justify the day when you get up at 5 that morning hi jagna hai. And the day when you will get up at 9, you will again justify to yourself, Arey, 9 o'clock jagna bhi sahi hai because previous night I slept at 2 p.m. rather 2 a.m. Okay. So, indiscipline in schedule. And indiscipline in schedule will induce indiscipline in preparation. Many aspirants are failing. Why? Because they cannot take forward their preparation in a systematic and rhythmic manner from beginning till end. बहुत सारे बच्चे, good students, competent, talented aspirants, brilliant students are failing in this scheme of exam on account of what? Indiscipline in approach. Attitude में ही indiscipline है. Sometime they will pick up newspapers to read, sometime they will watch news channels, sometime they will watch YouTube channels, sometime they will attend some workshop, sometime they will read some material, sometime they will pick up some module. And what will happen? right, what will happen? That the disruptions, jumping, hopping, no sense of completion will develop in them. They are putting a lot of effort. I will rate them high when they are on account of they putting efforts. But where they are failing? In discipline. Is this clear? So what you have to do? You have to bring discipline first in your thoughts. If you are able to discipline your thoughts, and in this, I would like to bring to notice of each one of you that human mind is the best trainee. The way you will train your mind, it will get trained. It's all about you taking small steps to train your mind. If any thoughts is triggering, immediately you should say, okay, fine, such thoughts may come, but big no, not now I am going to think on this. I will continue with what I have decided. Okay, so gradually your mind will get trained. Your mind will learn that this body is not going to listen if I am going to tell too many things, you know. So that is what, very simple. It's not that difficult. That only requires what? Evaluation of your thoughts which are triggering within you, and then saying no to proposals which are being given by your mind at every time, and gradually you will find that your mind got trained and your thoughts got disciplined. Once your thoughts are getting disciplined, then your conduct will be different. Once your conduct is different, you will be disciplined in your schedule, and if you are disciplined in your schedule, you will be disciplined in preparation. Within 10-12 months, you can do justice with so-called very exhaustive syllabus for general studies. You will do justice with, you know, the optional papers. You will do justice with the needs and requirements which are for essay paper, for personality test, and finally you will be successful. So very important is what? Discipline. Okay. Now, question is, I am presenting it in a very simple way that you can train your mind. But in that training curriculum, what is important? Okay. This is what now I am going to share. Okay. This is what I am going to share. So I can see Prince Yadav, Sandesh, Isha Garg, okay. Then Silpi Grover, they are attending online and they are talking, you know, among them as well, right? Among them as well. Okay. So what I am just, right, what I am just interested in telling you all, that as far as this D, third D is concerned, discipline. Now for this D, you have to train your mind. But how to train your mind? You know, to train your mind, you need a very good training curriculum. And in that training curriculum, what is of paramount importance? Scheduling, planning, time management. If you are good at time management, if you can plan properly, then automatically you can raise the bar of discipline. You can train your mind better. Okay. So what is of paramount importance? Scheduling, planning, and time management. And this is what I am going to tell you, right? This is what I am going to tell you all first. Okay. That these are the building blocks for success. And I would like to share with all of you. There is one resource which God has distributed, Almighty has distributed to every human being on planet Earth in a fair manner, in a very even distribution. What is that resource? Time. God has given what? 24 hours in a day to every human being. But then what will you find? You ask students who are preparing for civil services that why have you not done this? They will always have one, ready-made answer. Time nahi mila. Okay? I am struggling to find time to do this. You will ask them, why you are not writing answers? They will tell you, sir, time nahi mila, class lamba ho gaya, revision nahi hua, isliye answer nahi likha. If you ask them, kyun newspaper aaj ka padha? Nahi sir. Kyun? Time nahi mila. But those who are preparing with you, and qualifying, you know why they are qualifying? Because they are good at time management. They are good at planning. They are scheduling themselves every day properly. And within the, 24 hours, they are able to do many things, but you are not, because you are not managing your time well. Okay. So, in this curriculum, what is going to be very important for all of you? Time management, scheduling, and planning. And if you stick to what I am going to say, I can give you on bond paper that automatically you will be able to raise the bar of discipline. And your preparation will move in a very systematic manner. It will move, in a very planned way, less distractions, deviations, derailments, and it will move in the right direction. Fourth D. Okay? Right direction. So, what you need to have? Planning. Very, very important component. And in this plan, you should have long-term plan. You must have medium-term plan. Medium-term plan. You must also have, and this is the most important, short-term plan. Right, short-term plan, and you also must have very short-term. Okay, see, in general studies, you have to study history, you have to study geography, you have to study polity and constitution, you have to study science and technology, you have to study environment, ecology, you have to study, security issues, international relations, bilateral issues, you have to study ethics, aptitude, attitude, so many things. Within history, you have to study ancient Indian history, medieval India, modern Indian history with a special focus on India's freedom struggle. You have to study even world history starting from middle of 18th century. Too many things you have to study. You can never do justice to the vast syllabus of GS if you don't plan properly. Okay? If you don't plan properly. So, planning, scheduling and time management is the game changer. Your success in this scheme of exam depends heavily on how good you are at planning and proper execution of the plan. It will depend heavily on that. Okay. So, long-term plan. What should be the long-term plan? Starting today. That is 22nd May. Okay. And if you are aware that 2023 is your target year, then you are aware when is the prelims in 2023? 28th May. Okay. So, 28th May 2023 is the prelims. 16th September 2023 is when your main exam will start. So you have to do calculations. So today when you go back home, one diary which I am suggesting, first page of the diary is what? You have to write down, pen down your dreams. And then next page, what you have to do? Plan. First few pages in that diary is for what? Long-term plan. Okay. And in long-term plan, what you will write? Target IAS 2023. If you are going to write the exam first time in 2024, you write Mission IAS 2024. Okay. Through 2024. And then you have to do some reverse, calculations, or what is also popular among technical people, reverse engineering. Now, what you have to do? You have to tell yourself, that you are left with how many days? 370 days. Okay, 365 plus another 5 days. Okay, 370 days before your prelims in 2023. Now, 370 days. ,370 days, not to be seen as 370 days. In one day, you can study 8 to 10 hours. Okay, and now it's high time for all those who are planning to take up exam in 2023 to enter into hardcore preparation. What I mean by hardcore preparation? When you can study 8 to 10 hours for this preparation, then I say that you are in hardcore. Those who are going to take up exam in 2024, 2025, if they are pursuing graduation, then they will not be in hardcore preparation, okay, but they will start the preparation where they can spend somewhere around 2-3 hours a day. Maybe on Saturdays and Sundays, they can afford 5-6 hours, okay, and this is the way in which they will take their preparation forward. But those who are in hardcore preparation, they will have to study how much? 8 to 10 hours. Okay. And I am assuming 10 hours. It means what? You have to plan for 370 into 10, that is 3700 hours. Right. How you are going to spend 3700 hours over 370 days is going to decide the destiny of yours in this scheme of exam. And within that long-term plan, right, within that long-term plan, what should be ideal? What should be ideal? You must start, with GS. Okay. So, from, you have to break this whole duration into different phase. Okay. So, phase 1, let's say from 22nd May to 30th November. Phase 1 is, from 22nd May to 30th November. In this phase 1, right, what you have to focus on? GS. Okay, what you have to focus on? GS. And GS, this is the phase in which you should take optional. So, all those who are going to take up exam in 2023, in phase 1, they have to take up optional, and in this phase, on daily basis, they have to spend time for current affairs, okay, and they also have to spend some time on daily basis, to improve their writing skills. First, they must improve their language. So, some energy, some effort, some time you will have to dedicate in this phase 1 to improve your language. Thereafter, improve your writing skills, practice answer writing, practice writing on daily basis. Okay. So, even you have to spend some time, on writing skill development, WSD, writing skill development. And initiation should be how? Improving your language. If you are able to improve your language, it's going to help you in GS, essay, optionals, everywhere, right? Everywhere. Any other competitive exam which you may take up as plan B later in your, life, or any profession you will enter, if you can write well, if you have good command over language, if you are good in your articulation, if there is precision in your expression, if there is punch in your expression, it will help you, be a successful person in that particular vertical domain, sphere, whatever you may say. Okay. So, this is very important. So, in phase 1, right, in phase 1, what should be the focused area? GS, optional, current affairs, okay, and writing skill development. And these two, since beginning till end of preparation, इसमें कोई change नहीं आएगा. So every day, right, every day आपका डेली शेड्यूल में 1.5 hours should be for current affairs. I will tell you later in my discussion how you have to, design current affairs preparation through newspaper reading. And if you are joining, ALS in that scheme where our classes, our content, our material, our support can fit in. Okay. So that we will discuss. But 1.5 hours, right, there must be for current affairs. Okay. Then when it comes to writing skill development, okay, there must be a dedicated slot of 1 hour, and this will overlap with both GS as well as optional. Okay. Maybe half an hour where you write answers in GS, half an hour where you write answers in optional. Okay. But you write every day, whatever day long you study, frame a question, look into previous year questions, pick up some question, throw challenge to yourself, pen down answer, evaluate your own answer, improve your answer, write the second draft, and so on and so forth. Okay. But every day you have to write. If I have to very harsh manner put it across you, your success in civil service exam heavily depends on how powerfully you can express with pen. Okay. How you can powerfully express with pen. I have seen in my teaching career many good students who have good grasp over the subject. They know history very well. They have good understanding of polity and constitution. Even then they have failed. Why? Because they cannot write answers. They cannot pen down their thoughts. They cannot organize their thoughts and pen down. Okay. And this is why they have failed. Otherwise, they have great understanding. There is depth in their understanding of subject. But the challenge is their poor expression, their struggle in penning down, and you cannot undermine the importance of writing as far as success in this scheme of exam is concerned. And we at ALS Edukemy are very deeply committed to ensure significant improvement in your writing skills through unique component in our course design, through very distinct, feature in curriculum. But then you will have to participate. Okay? You will have to show openness towards learning, and you will have to show commitment for self-development and transformation. I have seen in my life that students who have started preparation with horrible state of English language, they cannot write one sentence without grammatical error. Even such students have transformed their language and have scored high in GS and essay and optionals. But you will have to commit yourself for that kind of improvement and transformation in your language, where practice is key, openness is key, commitment to improve is key. Okay, so 1 hour which will overlap with both optional and GS. And then, right, optional in this slot must be for 3 hours. Okay, so maybe, 3 hours, if you have joined an institute where they are conducting 2.5 hour session, then it should be, 3.5 to 4 hours as well. It can be, it will vary, what is the mode in which you are preparing? Optional. If you are preparing by joining an institute where they are conducting 2.5 hour session, okay, but they will not conduct all 7 days. Optional classes will not be on all 7 days. So always you will get, 5 days a week, 4 days a week. Then you have 3 days, to revise and consolidate. Revise and consolidate. And one thing, one success mantra which I would like to share with each one of you. A strategic error, what candidates are committing, their focus is always on expansion. No. Expansion and consolidation must go hand in hand. Okay, so revision. Whatever you read, whatever you write, whatever you study, you have to revise 2-3 times. Minimum 2-3 rounds of revision, repeated revision. And my friends, revision is not about reading again your notes. It's not about reading again the text which you have read. It is about, a study. And there is a sea of world difference between reading and studying. Study में क्या है? Thinking, reflection, recollection, recapitulation, discussion, okay, discussion with yourself, discussion with friends, okay. So you have to reflect on, you have to think about what you are reading, and revision always at accelerated pace with speed, okay. So what I am just trying to say, one takeaway, anything which you are reading today, before you read, you need to ask yourself question. Will I be able to revise this 2-3 times? If the answer from within is yes, then only you read. If the answer is no, then you should not read. And this will induce the temptation in you to read less. This will bring the tendency in you to search for quality content to be read. You got it? So revision is the key to success. You have to revise whatever you read at least 2-3 times. Okay, इस मोड में नहीं रहना है. ये जो मोड है ना, this is what? Expansion. Okay, this is what? Expansion. इसी के साथ साथ क्या चलना है? Consolidation. On daily basis, on daily basis, not daily basis, hourly basis, not hourly basis, every moment, what should be there? What should be there? Expansion and consolidation. I will tell you the art and science of it. I will tell you the technique of it, okay, today. But what I am just trying to say, What will be the duration for optional depends on the medium which you are choosing for preparing the optional. If the medium is institute, then the duration will be 3.5 to 4 hours. Okay, otherwise it can be 3 hours. Okay, and remaining time, okay, that is around 4.5 to 5 hours should be for what? General studies. Should be for what? General studies. And in initial days when you are preparing GS, okay, so what should be the focus? The focus should be your preparation should start with main cum pre mode, not compartmentalize that prelims first and thereafter main. No, main cum pre mode. When I say main cum pre mode, you know what is there? Your focus should be on compilation of information as well as deep understanding of issues. Okay, because the moment you will say only prelims, then what will happen? In your preparation, more and more will be the horizontal expansion and less will be the vertical movement. No, horizontally and vertically. Okay, so you not only have to read Quit India movement, but you have to go slightly deep into Quit India movement. If you are studying about President of India, then you have to study about the constitutional position of the President, President's relationship with Council of Minister and Prime Minister, President's relationship with Parliament, the method through which President is elected, okay, the impeachment of the President, the powers of the President, even within powers of the President, the diplomatic powers, you know, the executive powers, the judicial powers, within judicial powers, the power to pardon death sentence, okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, so main cum pre. That should be the mode, that should be the approach, that should be the in the back of the mind. Okay, not compartmentalized that first prelims and then again from mains perspective and then together from prelims and mains perspective. That should not be. And in this phase, you will have to create rock solid foundation in different modules for which you will have to read NCERT books. You know what is happening? Yes. Okay, one difference will be in the syllabus. There is many things which you have to read in GS only from main perspective. That is world history, right? That is ethics, aptitude, attitude, that is internal security, you know. But when you are studying from prelims perspective, right, your focus will be what? You know, you don't have to go too much deep into it, okay, but you have to cover more topics related with the central theme. Okay, so horizontal approach where, you know, you do many things, okay, but you don't do, you know, most of the things with depth. Okay, so prelims is about length and mains is more about depth. Okay, so your focus will be when you are here, we have to draw the line. Some, you know, stretching we have to do in coverage and we have to go even deeper, dig deeper when we are thinking from main perspective. You understood? Okay, so you should be clear from day one that you are preparing, you know, with integrated preparation. What is the takeaway? Integrated preparation, not compartmentalize, right? Not compartmentalize. Length as well as depth. Length पे ज़्यादा नहीं, but depth पे focus रखेंगे. Okay, this does not mean, you know, that in each topic, in each subject, we will go that much depth. Okay, some topic we will go at up to lesser depth, but in some we have to go, you know, much deeper depending upon importance of that particular subject theme in the scheme of exam as per syllabus we will see. Okay, so you understood in phase 1 what should be the approach, and in phase 2, right, and in phase 2, okay, which should start from 1st of December and should continue till 28th Feb of next year, okay, 28th or 29th, right, 28th or 29th Feb next year. In this phase, okay, what you have to do, यहां पे आ जाएगा आपका एक कंपोनेंट ऐड हो जाएगा CSAT, ओके, कंपोनेंट क्या ऐड हो जाएगा? CSAT 1 hour, okay. These two will continue, right? These two writing skill development will continue. ये GS का ड्यूरेशन बढ़ जाएगा, okay. This GS duration from 5 hours, right? You will have to stretch it to 7 hours, okay. You will have to stretch that to 7 hours, okay. And ये optional का maybe 1 hour, and this will be only for revision and consolidation, in which on daily basis you will write one answer, okay. You have almost, right, 90 days. In that, in the optional you have to write at least 90 answers, okay, from all areas within the syllabus, so that by Feb end, the day when you are going to fill the form, you are fully prepared for main, okay. Your preparation for main by and large will come to an end on which date? 28th of Feb, okay. So in this, and you have to start, you know, soft launch जिसको हम बोलते हैं, for what? CSAT. Those who come from engineering background, those who come from, you know, English literature background, such people can keep this half an hour or alternate day, rather than half an hour, every alternate day 1 hour for CSAT. Those who feel that I am very good in general mental ability, logical reasoning, analytical reasoning, data interpretation, you know, they can keep 2 days a week, right, CSAT, not more than that, okay. But you will have to take a call how good you are in general mental ability, maths, reasoning, reading comprehension, and depending on that, you have to create that slot of 1 hour every day, or 1 hour every alternate day, or maybe a slot of 2 hours weekends, okay. That is what, but there must be a start for CSAT in phase 2. Is this clear? Then, right, then will be the third phase, okay. Then will be the phase 3, and that phase 3 will be from 1st of March 2023 till 27th May 2023. And this, and in this period, right, in this period, what you will have to do? What you will have to do? You will have to go, you will have to completely shift the gear, okay, and you should be in prelims mode of preparation. Prelims specific, okay. Completely you have to, and a lot of focus will be on what? Limited expansion, right? Limited expansion, more consolidation, and solving UPSC compatible MCQs, right? At least you should solve in paper 1 2000 plus UPSC standard questions, okay. So in this, right, in this, what will be your focus? Limited expansion, okay, limited expansion, but your focus will be on extended consolidation, right, extended consolidation, okay. This is expansion and this is consolidation through revision, and in this extended consolidation, more and more focus to solving MCQ, and in a simulated condition, you have to create environment equivalent to UPSC exam hall at your place or in the institute, and you have to solve. Okay. So, limited expansion in current affairs, and some areas which you were not able to cover required from syllabus point of view for prelims in this phase, but more and more focus will be. So, completely you will be in a very different state of being in the preparation in this phase 3. Okay, you understood? Then, right, then on 28th of May, you will go and give the best shot of yours. You must step in the prelims exam hall with confidence, and you should come out with satisfaction that great performance. You know, you will get 110 marks for sure, irrespective of your category in paper 1. In all cases, you will qualify paper 2. You can and you must start the preparation for main. There is no point waiting for results. So, you should take a break of 3-4 days and you should get back to study for phase, right, 4. Okay, phase 4. And this phase 4 will be from, let us say, 1st June 2023 till, right, 1st June 2023 till results for prelims, and approximately you will find this to be 25-30 days. Okay, how many days? 25 to 30 days. Okay, so let's say 30 days. Okay, now in this, what you have to do? You have to continue with current affairs. You have to continue with writing skill developments. Okay, यहाँ पर 1 hour कितना में हो जाएगा? 2.5 hours. Okay, current affairs will continue to be 1.5 hours. Okay, then 3 hours optional, and GS 3.5 hours. Okay, and इस फेज में ऐसे, right, on daily basis 1 hour or alternate days 2 hours, right, 1 hour or alternate days 2 hours. You understood? Okay. Now in GS, your focus will be what? In GS, your focus will be those areas of GS which you have not studied for prelims, that is ethics paper, entire paper 4. In paper 3, what you have to study? You have to study internal security, you have to study science and technology. Okay. In paper 1, you have to study world history, right? In paper 2, you have to study governance. Okay. So, those areas which you have not studied as a part of prelims is what you have to study in this phase 4. You understood? Yes or no? Okay. And then finally will be your phase 5. Okay. Phase 5 from, let's say, 1st July. Okay, 1st July till 15th September, page 5 of your preparation, in which you will go all out from your main point of view with focus only on writing. Synopsis of answer. You understand synopsis? rather than writing full answer, what will you do? You will write the introductory statement, you will write the concluding statement, and you will jot down the points which you will expand if you have to write an answer for that question. So rather than writing full question, more and more synopsis. And this synopsis you have to revise, revise 2-3 round of revision. You understood? You have to go all out. And then 16th of May, your main will start. More than 6 days, it may continue. You will perform well in main and then मोक्ष मिल जाएगा, पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। फिर उस दिन से आपका इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन। लेकिन अगर लगता है कि कुछ रह गया है इस बार के मेन परफॉर्मेंस में, ओके, यू नीड टू इवैल्यूएट योर ओन परफॉर्मेंस, सेल्फ इवैल्यूएशन, आइडेंटिफाई areas for improvement, so that next attempt, God forbids, but if you have to give again exam, even to improve your rank, then you can improve your main marks. So after completion of main, independent self-evaluation, paper-wise, and identifying the area for improvement, areas where improvement needed, scope for improvement to be identified. Okay, this is what should be long-term plan, which should be very well documented in your diary when you go. Now, long-term plan will not help. What is going to help? Medium-term plan. Now, in medium-term plan, what should you have? For each phase, you should have detailed plan. And not only detailed plan, but for each phase, you must have, targets achieved to be measured. So, what you have to, what you have to do? You have to create, medium-term plan in which you will have detailed plan for each phase. That phase 1, these are the things. So, in a time-bound manner, you have to complete certain things. Okay. So, phase-wise, you should also have plan, and that will fall within what? Right? That will fall within what? Your medium-term plan, in which you will mention that within GS, what all you will complete in phase 1. In your optional, right? In your optional, how many days you will give for paper 1, how many days you will give for paper 2, and not only paper-wise, within paper, let's say if geography is your optional, let's say if law is your optional, I am telling what was my optional, let's say maths is my optional, geography, climatology कितने दिन में होगा, oceanography कितने दिन में होगा, geomorphology कितने दिन में होगा, India physical paper 2 में कितने दिन में होगा, agriculture कितने दिन में होगा, regional development and planning कितने दिन में होगा, geographical thoughts कितने, so what I am, cartography कितने दिन में होगा. Okay, so when I am saying medium-term plan, well documented, detailed plan for each phase. Okay, and what should be the key feature? You have to plan in such a way that progress made can be measured. Okay, that is very important in medium-term plan. Measurable, progress. You can measure, you can see, you can sense, you can feel, yes, I have traveled this distance. You can sense, yes, I am this level confident. Okay, so that is very important. You understood medium-term plan? Okay, and then the most important, and that is going to be the game changer. And believe me, right, believe me, Sudesh is asking, is there any different approach for working person who can only give 7 hours on an average? Yes. Okay. Those who are working, my dear friends, let me bring to your notice, I have seen many IPS officers who are undergoing training at NPA, they are writing exam, they are qualifying and they are getting a rank in top 20, top 30. Through your question, I got reminded of Mohit. As a probationary officer, he was undergoing training at, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Police Academy at Hyderabad. And while he was undergoing training, he continued with the preparation. This year, I have conducted mock interview for more than 15 IFS officers, Indian Forest Service officers. They are posted, they are working, but they have continued with their civil service exam preparation. And what they do, they will, right, what they do, they will, they will use their holidays. Government of India में, state government में Sunday तो छुट्टी है, right? 52 Sunday है, right? Second Saturday and last Saturday छुट्टी है, somewhere, most of the places, another 30 days. At least, 15 to 20 gadgeted holidays, another 15, 20 restricted holidays, and then your leave entitlement, casual leave, earned leave. So what you have to do, on working day, you can study 5 hours, 4 hours, but on your, holidays and leave, when your colleagues at office will enjoy, will celebrate, will go for outing, you will sit and enjoy at a study table. वो बार में जाएंगे, डिस्कोथेक में जाएंगे, आप स्टडी टेबल पे enjoy करोगे पॉलिटी, इन्वायरमेंट, इकोलॉजी, ज्योग्राफी. एंड देन इसके बाद भी अगर आपका टाइम नहीं मिल पा रहा है, देन सेकेंड सॉल्यूशन क्या है? रादर देन टारगेटिंग 2023, 2024. Okay, already you are in service, so why you are worried? Okay, एक साल का delay is not going to do any harm to you. Okay, so plan for 2024 as your first attempt, final attempt and successful attempt. Okay, that is the way working professionals can march forward. Okay, and right, and one question which has been asked by Pooja, that sir, coaching time, it's within this. When I say, right, when I say that 5 hours of GS, 2.5 hours at ALS and 2.5 hours at your study table, self-study. When I say, 4 hours of optional, 2.5 hours at ALS for the optionals which we have to offer, and then 1.5 hour revision at home, right? That is the way you have to march forward. So you understood medium term plan? Yes or no? But the most important is short term plan. And ये आपके planning और strategy, direction, discipline सब जगह है. What you should do, ये जो आपका डायरी है, right? ये जो आपका डायरी है, इस डायरी में after long term plan, after medium term plan, in which phase wise जो plan हो चुका है, what you have to do? You have to do short term plan. Short term plan क्या करना है, right? Every day you have to plan your day. Every day you have to plan for the day. Every morning when you get up, first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? 10 minutes or 15 minutes. As the end result of brainstorming, and when I say brainstorming, what it means? Deep thinking, intense thinking, okay? And then imagination, and then, then inward, travel. What you have to do? You have to prepare the plan for the day, and you have to document it. What you have to do? You have to document that plan in separate page of your diary. और ये बहुत ही बड़ा गेम चेंजर होगा आपके पूरे स्ट्रैटेजी में. When you start planning short term plan. Okay, every day when you get up in the morning and you plan 10-15 minutes, you think what all you are going to do that day. Okay, and you need to split the plan into two components. One is academic plan and second is non-academic, plan. And when you are doing academic planning, इसमें two things are very important. Micro details. What is important? micro details. So what you should plan? Let us say you have joined class at ALS. So you should write 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. you will come to ALS to attend GS class. And you should not write this only, that GS class at ALS. Within that you should write that today internal security, and within internal security, cyber security, and within cyber security, basics is what is going to be discussed. Teacher will tell you every day that next day what is going to be discussed. So you are aware about those 2.5 hours which you are going to spend inside classroom at ALS, or those who will join, right? Those who will join. Okay, Pooja is saying that some of the teachers are conducting, optional classes all 7 days. Okay, then duration will be less. If they conduct 7 days, then they will complete in 4 months. They should not take 5 months and 6 months. Okay, so what I am just trying to say, थोड़ा बहुत तो customize करना पड़ेगा. Okay, depending upon your optional, depending upon the place of preparation, depending upon the teacher, who is your coach. Okay, so you will have to customize a bit. Okay, and that should not disturb you, but that should make you smart in your approach. You got it? So what I was saying, that when you are making the academic plan, you have to prepare the academic plan with micro details. What is the meaning of micro detail? If you are writing that I will be reading NCERT, then you have to write which NCERT, and within that NCERT, which all chapters, so that you know precisely in the morning itself that these are the things which I have to do. When you are writing that after class, I will come and revise the notes, you mention that you will revise in 1 hour, and another half an hour you will write 2 answers. For which questions? Questions which are given in the class towards the end for practice. Which questions? Previous year questions. Which questions? I will frame question for myself. If teacher failed to give you any question after class discussion, if you are not finding any question on the topic discussed in the class in previous year, this should not become the reason for you not to write. Then you frame question on for yourself, and frame simple question, okay, but write. Okay, but you should mention in the plan that today at this time I am going to write 1 answer in 150 words, or maybe 2 answers in 150 words each, okay, or 1 answer in 250 words, but plan. So what is the key academic planning में? Micro details. And केवल micro details नहीं, throw challenges to yourself. There is no point. Some students, what they do, so-called cheap smartness, that they will give themselves, very achievable targets, easily achievable targets in the morning. I will read 1 chapter in NCERT, and they will complete and they will celebrate. Wow, I have completed. No, there is no fun. There is no point. Okay, इसमें आपको क्या बनना है? वो जादूगर. Have you seen some magician performing magic on stage? वो क्या करता है? ये hat है ना? Hat अपने सर से उतारता है. They will throw in air and they will get it back. And what is happening to them? With every show, what happens? They will throw at greater heights and they will get it back. आपको वही जादूगर बनना है. पहले दिन थोड़ा सा कम चैलेंज दिया आपने को, अचीव कर लिया, अगले दिन थोड़ा बढ़ाओ. ओके, थोड़ा और चैलेंज करो अपने आप को. Yesterday I was able to read 1 chapter very easily in 2 hours. Okay, today I must read 1.5 chapter or 2 chapters, 2.5 hours. Okay, and then you will achieve and you will feel good. Okay, so थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे stiff targets, steep slope to climb. What is the key here? Steep slope to climb. Every day while you are planning, आपका capacity augment होना चाहिए. For what? To climb steeper slope, to achieve stiffer targets. Okay, आपको पता नहीं है डीएम और एसपी कितना काम करता है, एक ही समय एक ही आदमी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, हॉस्पिटल, एजुकेशन, वेलफेयर स्कीम, प्रोग्राम, वीआईपी मूवमेंट, कोई इंसिडेंट हो गया, डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट, सब कुछ कर रहा है एक आदमी। कितना रिस्पॉन्स, मल्टीटास्किंग। ओके, हाउ? बिकॉज देयर कैपेसिटी गॉट एक्सपैंडेड एंड एगुमेंटेड ड्यूरिंग प्रिपरेशन। तो आपको अभी इन इनिशियल डेज क्या करना है, एवरी डे while you are planning the day, academic planning, micro details, and one key component क्या होना है, steeper slope to climb or stiffer targets to be achieved, and then feel good about it, feel great about it, and this will give you a feel, wow, my preparation is moving in right direction. You understood? And non-academic planning only at macro level, awareness. When I say, you should be aware that what all non-academic things you have to do that particular day. When you have got up in the morning and you discovered that today is some festival, let us say Holi is there, definitely you will celebrate. No academic activity except newspaper reading. होली के दिन भी न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ लेंगे, बाकी सब कुछ स्टडी नहीं. Okay, you discovered in the morning that today is my birthday. Now no study. I will throw a party. I will invite my friends. I will enjoy the day. न्यूज़पेपर सुबह में ही पढ़ लेता हूं, पढ़ लेती हूं. Okay, बाकी दिन enjoyment. Okay, if you are not feeling well, you are down with some viral infection, fever है, feverish है, body ache है, rest. Consult doctor, get well soon, get back to study. But उसमें लिखो, no academic activity for the day, bed rest. Okay, some newspaper reading. Okay, some music or some hobbies which I have, if I can, if my health permits, if I can, pursue, I will do that. Evening I am going to. So non-academic plan भी होना चाहिए. ये non-academic awareness in the morning is what disrupts the academic plan. इसीलिए morning में क्या करना है, non-academic activity को broad level पे, macro level पे aware हो जाना है that these are the things. Okay, today my father is coming to Delhi at my PG. I need to spend some time with him. Okay, so no academic planning for forenoon session or afternoon session. You got it? Now this will be of no use. This will be a criminal waste of time if you don't do the follow-up. And follow-up क्या है? Right? Follow-up activity. This will be the game changer. Follow-up. Every evening when you are all set to get into bed to sleep, then what you have to do? Again you have to open that page of diary और 5 minutes का review, appraisal, evaluation. Okay, 5 minutes you have to review. Okay, what you have to do? You have to review. So what you should do? You should see that today I planned 5 things in my academic plan to complete 3-4 chapters of NCERT, to attend class at ALS, to write answer, to revise my class note, to read newspaper, to make notes from newspaper. Am I able to do all? You tick. Yes, this I have done, this I have done, this I have done, this I have done. You got it? Okay. And whatever you have not been able to do, take up the responsibility. सबसे बड़ा challenge क्या है with majority of the aspirant? They don't take up the responsibility of non-compliance or compliance. They always have tendency to blame others. बोलेगा उसके कारण. हाँ, ये जो mindset है ना, बगल वाला ठीक नहीं है, बगल वाली ठीक नहीं है, मौसम ठीक नहीं है, एटमॉस्फेयर ठीक नहीं है, तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, ALS ठीक नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है तो मेरा भाग्य ठीक नहीं है, मेरा टाइम ठीक नहीं चल रहा है. ओके, ये जो है ना टेंडेंसी, टेम्पटेशन, नेचुरल वे in which most of the people are operating. इससे बाहर आना है. Whatever is happening in your life, who is to be blamed? You. Whatever you are achieving in life, who is to be credited? You. Okay. All success is yours, all failure is also yours. ये पूरा सिस्टम में है, आपको इससे बाहर निकलना. सो ये आपको एटीट्यूडनल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आ जाएगा क्या जब आप ये 5 मिनट्स रिव्यू करोगे. सो यू शुड राइट इन द फुट नोट ऑफ दैट पेज ऑफ डायरी, आई कंप्लीटेड every work assigned to myself this morning. I completed every work assigned to myself this morning except, and you write specifically that you were not able to write answer, you were not able to read newspaper, or you were not able to attend class at ALS, or you were not able to take up test at ALS, or you were not able to read optional, what you thought, whatever may be. Take up the responsibility और इसमें साइन करो. Put a signature that yes, it's me. Okay. Next morning, you know what will happen when you will be sitting to plan. Pragmatism deeply rooted in idealism, or other way around. Idealism which is deeply rooted in pragmatism. You will have a feel that what is ideally to be done is practically possible. And what is practically possible is what is ideally to be done. Okay, you understood? This will be the game changer. Now one request. Whether you join ALS, Edukemy or not, please do these things 30 days believing my words. 31st day onwards, you all will do. Because by that time, you will experience the power of it. By that time, you will experience the magical, transformative impact of it on your preparation and on your personality. But first 30 days, you have to do this believing my words. And you know what will hold you? High degree of indiscipline may hold you. आपको लगेगा ये 10 मिनट वेस्ट है सुबह का, ये 5 मिनट तो एकदम वेस्ट है रात का, जल्दी सो जाऊं बेड में. ओके, ये रिव्यू क्या करना, मन ही मन कर लेता हूं रिव्यू. नो. और जब भी आप इस डायरी, आपको पता है ये डायरी आपको और भी हेल्प करेगा. क्या करेगा? जब भी प्रिपरेशन में आपका मोरल डाउन होगा, आपके कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल में डिप आएगा, ओके, यू टर्न द पेजेस ऑफ द डायरी, एंड द मोमेंट यू विल टर्न द पेज, वाओ, I have done this, I am writing answer on daily basis, most of the days I am reading newspaper, I am making notes, most of the classes I have attended, most of the tests I have taken, why I am feeling low? And all of a sudden, आपका confidence वापस regain कर लोगे. Lost ground in territory of confidence, conquer कर लोगे. ये डायरी बहुत help करने वाला है आपका. This diary will steer your preparation in right direction. This diary will not allow derailment, deviations and departures. Okay. So I feel all of you will do this. Yes or no? Yes or no? Even those who are attending, right? Even those who are attending online classes. Okay. Please do it. Right? Please do it. आपके लिए और भी ज्यादा जरूरी है. Everybody is saying yes. I am so humbled. Prince Yadav is saying yes. Jyoti is saying yes. Preeti is saying yes. Okay. Prakriti is saying yes. All of you. आपके लिए और भी जरूरी है. आपके लिए चैलेंज क्या है? Those who are attending online, classroom atmosphere will make people disciplined. Okay. Peer pressure will make you disciplined. क्लासरूम कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस विल ऑल्सो मेक यू डिसिप्लिन्ड. आपका अगर रूम पार्टनर बहुत सीरियस है, योर रूम पार्टनर विल इंड्यूस सीरियसनेस इन योर प्रिपरेशन. बट माई फ्रेंड्स हु आर preparing in a stand-alone condition at home with the comfort of home food and hometown, उनके लिए ये बहुत बड़ा गेम चेंजर होगा, राइट? गेम चेंजर होगा. सो सोनू इज सेइंग यस. ये समझ में आ गया? प्लीज डू दिस. ओके, एंड देन इज वेरी शॉर्ट टर्म प्लान, उसको मत भूलना, राइट? देन इज वेरी शॉर्ट टर्म प्लान. व्हाट इज वेरी शॉर्ट टर्म प्लान? जैसे अभी आपने डिसाइड किया कि 2 hours आई एम गोइंग टू रीड NCERT 3 चैप्टर. इसका मतलब है आपको 1 hour में आधा चैप्टर, एक चैप्टर पढ़ना है. उसका प्लान करो कि एक घंटे में फर्स्ट चैप्टर एंड देन अनदर आवर सेकंड चैप्टर. इफ यू हैव टू राइट 2 answers, okay, then half of the duration for. So very short term plan is what, for that particular slot also you should have planned. Toppers of the exam, they are not doing anything different, but they do everything differently. And one of the key differentiator is planning, scheduling, time management. If at all there is deviation and departure in during their preparation, they are able to bring it back on track. So you understood? Yes or no? Okay. Second important thing. So this is all about discipline. Okay. Now next is direction. Okay. Now within the strategy, particularly for GS, right? Particularly for GS, what is important, right? What is important? That till you have answer for this question, what to study, till you have answer to this question, what to study, there is every likelihood, right? There is every likelihood that you will fail. I may sound a bit harsh, but this is the reality. Okay, till you have answer to this question in GS, what to study, there is every likelihood that you will fail. And if you have, very firm answer on this question, what not to study, what not to study, if you have answer to this question, then you will be successful. और एकदम अगर firm answer है इसमें, you will get a good rank. Okay, you will get a good rank. Now the question arises, right? Now the question arises, how to get a firm answer to this question. Everybody who starts the preparation for civil service exam for GS, they know what to study. But those who are successful and getting good rank, they know what not to study. And their answer का source क्या है? Their awareness with syllabus. So my dear friends, I am inviting you all to dive deep into syllabus. I am inviting you all to explore the syllabus. I am inviting you all to go deep and deep and deep into the syllabus. और अगर आपके शब्दावली का प्रयोग करना है, जो आपको भाषा समझ में आती है, dating with syllabus. Make syllabus of GS for civil service exam your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your special one, जिसके साथ जब आप कॉफी पे बैठते हो तो आपको पता ही नहीं चलता है कैसे 2 घंटा निकल गया. ठीक है? तो जब सिलेबस में डिग करना शुरू किया, पता ही नहीं चला कब 1 घंटा निकल गया, लेकिन यू हैव बीन स्पेंडिंग क्वालिटी टाइम विथ सिलेबस. डाइव डीप इनटू द सिलेबस. आपका इस पूरे जर्नी में हु शुड बी द बेस्ट फ्रेंड? सिलेबस. सेकंड बेस्ट फ्रेंड प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस, राइट? इसको हमेशा किसके साथ क्लब करना है? प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस एंड मेन एग्जाम के लिए 2013 एंड ऑनवर्ड्स, ओके, एंड प्रीलिम्स के लिए 2003 एंड ऑनवर्ड्स, ओके, एंड सीसेट के लिए कब से मिलेगा आपको? 2011 ऑनवर्ड्स, ओके, particularly in prelims for CSAT you will get 2000, right, 2011 onwards. Now hold on, पेन डाउन से नहीं होगा, right? इसका लेटर एंड स्पिरिट में समझना है. When I say that you should dive deep into the syllabus, what you have to do? When I say you have to dive deep into the syllabus, you have to look into the syllabus again and again and again, and then you will be able to read words. And when you will club this with previous year questions, then you will be able to read in between words. Syllabus says historical underpinning of Indian Constitution. Okay. But within historical underpinning of Indian Constitution, which act brought during British time is more important from exam perspective, that you will learn only when you will see previous year questions on historical underpinning of Indian Constitution. Syllabus says in polity, union legislature, that is parliament. But from parliament, whether the two houses of parliament important, or whether the bills and the process through which they are passed is more important, or whether budget is important, or whether parliamentary committees are important, or whether motions are important, or whether the procedures are important, that you will learn only when you will look into the previous year questions. And when you have to look into the question, you have to map previous year questions with theme explicitly mentioned in the syllabus and implicitly mentioned in the syllabus, and syllabus with previous year question, okay, backward forward linkages if you will try to establish, then only after some time you will get a firm answer for yourself what not to study. Many a times when I interact with rank holders and when I start talking to them, I find that they have deep understanding of syllabus, and on their tongue of, tip of their tongue, what is there? They know that from this topic, what question, which year asked. And that is one of the prime contributory factor for the success which they got. और हमारा majority जनता जो है प्रिपेयर कर रहा है सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम, उनसे अगर आप पूछोगे ना, डू यू नो सिलेबस, दे से यस, क्या है बता दो, हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, पॉलिटी, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो ऐसे बोलता है जैसे एक वर्ड है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. अरे भाई, ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को, ठीक है, इतने सारे मेंबर्स ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली, फाउंडिंग फादर्स ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली, ठीक है, 2 साल 11 महीना 17 दिन में लिखा. आप उसको सीधे बोल रहे हो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. फिर पढ़ोगे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया तो लग जाएगा उतना ही साल जितना में लिखा गया है, और उसके बाद 100 अमेंडमेंट हो चुका है, हजारों इंपॉर्टेंट जजमेंट आ चुके हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के. तो केवल अगर बोल दोगे मेरे को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, दिस मीन्स यू डोंट नो द सिलेबस माय फ्रेंड. एज सिंपल एज दैट. सो हाउ विल यू नो that within constitution what is to be emphasized? Only when you will dig deep into syllabus, refer previous year questions, map those questions with themes in syllabus explicitly and implicitly. Sometimes you have to give very liberal interpretation to what is written within syllabus. Sometimes you have to give, very strict interpretation. Sometimes you have to be driven by letters, sometimes you have to be driven both by letters and spirit. And then gradually what will happen? You will, जैसे ना बहुत बच्चों से बोलेगा साइंस एंड टेक. अरे भाई, साइंस एंड टेक एक मिनिस्ट्री है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया में, ओके? क्या क्या पढ़ोगे साइंस एंड टेक में, कैसे पता चलेगा? जब सिलेबस देखोगे तब आपको पता चलेगा कि साइंस एंड टेक में मेनली आपको क्या पढ़ना है? बायोटेक्नोलॉजी। मेनली क्या पढ़ना है? इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स। मेनली क्या पढ़ना है? स्पेस एंड न्यूक्लियर टेक्नोलॉजी। मेनली आपको क्या पढ़ना है? इंफॉर्मेशन एंड कम्युनिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, राइट? मेनली क्या पढ़ना है? एनर्जी सेक्टर फ्रॉम टेक्नोलॉजी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। और जब प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन से जब जाओगे ना, तब आपको पता चलेगा कि आउट ऑफ ऑल विच आई सेड, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज बायोटेक। विद इन बायोटेक क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है? न्यूअर टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट्स इन एग्रीकल्चर एंड हेल्थ सेक्टर। जो नया बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इन्वेंशंस हो रहा है, डिस्कवरीज हो रहा है इन हेल्थ एंड एग्रीकल्चर, दैट इज द area from which UPSC is asking questions. So during your preparation, what will happen? ये sense develop होगा. You understood? Yes or no? Tell me. Syllabus and previous year question, and then only third friend, best friend is institute and teacher. थोड़ा सा ठीक है, किसी न किसी को गुरु बनाना ही पड़ेगा, ठीक है? गुरु मतलब क्या है? व्हाट इज देयर? सी, आई एम नॉट क्लेमिंग दैट वी आर गुरु. व्हाट वी क्लेम दैट दिन रात हम यही सोचते हैं, जीएस, पॉलिटी, सिलेबस, क्वेश्चंस, ट्रेंड, राइट? गुड आंसर फॉर ए पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, what needs to be written. So therefore if I enter into a conversation with someone, right, therefore if I enter into a conversation with someone, what will happen? That someone can get benefited with my experience only when that someone is open to ideas which we are sharing with them. Okay, देखो एक हार्श रियलिटी और बता देता हूं. 5,000 students on an average will join ALS for GS every year, but out of 5,000 only 180 are successful in that year. Another 30-40 will be successful in next year, another 20-30 will be successful in third year, another 10-20 will be successful in fourth year. After doing GS with us, 4 years down the line they are successful, another 10-15 will be successful 5 years and down the line. Out of 100 who are qualifying same year, and another 200 of them, this is the mapping which I have done, 200 of them will qualify state civil service. Now the question is, teacher same, content delivered or provided same, support given same, tests same, platform same, results are different for different individual. Why? Their approach. So Jojo sir would have already talked about that partnership. Institute role is how much? 20%. Individual role is how much? 80%. But we being a professional institute, we are deeply committed that we will contribute our share of 20% for each one of you. Only thing we want, that you should contribute the 80% share. And believe me, if you will contribute your 80% and if we contribute our 20%, no force in the world can stop you being successful in the very first attempt. But that 80% from your side is not that easy for everyone. And if you want, then you will have to show openness towards learning. You will have to stick to what we have to share with you. You will have to have belief first in you and then in us. Both is equally important. And then it will happen. You got it? Yes or no? Okay. So, what not to study? You understood? What not to study? right? What is the success mantra? What is the success mantra? That syllabus and previous year questions. Okay, and day one you should be committed towards spending time with syllabus. Every day when you are going to read anything, first you see what syllabus says about that. Then look into the classified questions which we will provide, or you can purchase from market classified previous year question. You see from that particular theme, topic, module, subject, chapter, what kind of questions asked, what is the frequency of question being asked, what nature questions are being asked, factual hai, conceptual hai, analytical hai, what kind of questions. And then you will know what not to study. You understood? So this is one in that direction. Then second thing which you have to bring, आप सबको ये लाना है. Now, ये एक बहुत बड़ा गेम चेंजर होना है. ये एटीट्यूडनल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन चाहिए हमको जीएस के लिए आप में. You know, there are 4 stages of learning. How many stages of learning? There are 4 stages of learning. Learning का कितना स्टेज मैं बोल रहा हूं? 4. What are those 4 stages of learning? Right? ये जीएस के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए. What are 4 stages of learning? First stage of learning is known as reproduction without understanding. Okay? First stage of learning is known as what? Reproduction without understanding. Okay. What is the first stage? Reproduction without understanding. Second stage is reproduction with understanding. Right? Second stage is what? Reproduction with understanding. Third stage is generation. Right? Third stage is what? Generation. And fourth stage is creation. Right? Fourth stage is what is known as creation. Okay. Now let me just explain, 2 minutes. What is reproduction without understanding? When a child is born, a year and a half later after birth, the child will normally start speaking. Okay. And for many years, child will be in which stage of learning? Reproduction without understanding. Child will say A for apple, but will not understand what is A and what is apple. Whenever any visitor will come in home, the proud parents will instruct the child, beta, uncle ke liye ek rhyme suna do, and beta bol dega, twinkle, twinkle, little star. What is that twinkle, twinkle, little star? They don't know. They know only one thing, कि मम्मा का इंस्ट्रक्शन आया और मैं रिसाइट किया तो एप्रिसिएशन, एक्नॉलेजमेंट, चॉकलेट, गिफ्ट, प्यार, कोई हग करेगा, कोई किस करेगा, वाह, तो दे फील गुड. बट इन विच स्टेज ऑफ लर्निंग दे आर? रिप्रोडक्शन विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. That child is calling one lady Mamma, but they don't know what is motherhood. Mamma, Ma, Amma. बिहार में, यूपी में चले जाओ, ईस्टर्न यूपी में माई. Okay, but they don't know what is the meaning, right? Why they use this word? Because the easiest word to speak is Ma, M. Okay. And the baby is seeing that lady always around her to take good care of him or her. That is why the baby has started calling that lady what? Mama. So what is this stage of learning? Reproduction without understanding. Same child when will enter into teenage, और उसके बाद अगर ये word बोलेगा ना मम्मा, they understand the deep meaning of this word मम्मा. आप सबको क्या पता है? मुझे क्या पता है? The lady whom I am calling as my ma is the lady who has undergone labor pain to deliver me. I know that I have been inside her for 9 months. I know that she opted for many sleepless nights so that I can sleep comfortably. I know she has opted for sacrifices so that I don't have to sacrifice anything in my life. And that is why that lady is my ma. ये understanding है. Why? Because in which stage of learning? Reproduction with understanding. Third stage is what is known as generation. Okay, generation. So what happens in this stage of learning? That there are multiple sources from where you get information, input, you get knowledge, and then you have a generator within you which can generate what is required. You learn when you read, you learn when you see, you learn when you hear, you learn when you experience, experiential learning, learning through discussion, learning through brainstorming, learning through, discussing with yourself, learning through, observation, learning through listening to some expert, learning through newspapers, learning through news channel discussions, learning through internet. So multiple source. What is coming to you? What is coming to you? Inputs, information. क्या आ रहा है आपके पास? क्या आ रहा है आपके पास? Some knowledge. Okay? And then what we are doing? We are generating what we require. Electricity is generated. We always use the word what? Electricity generation. What we do in electricity generation? Through multiple way, we rotate turbine. Sometimes we rotate with steam. Sometimes we rotate with kinetic energy in flowing waters, tidal power. Sometimes we use, nuclear power to rotate turbine. Sometimes we use wind, mechanical, energy. Okay. So what we are doing? Through multiple source. So this is what is generation. So what we do? We learn through books. We learn through, listening to teacher during class discussion. We learn when we see, observe, discuss. We learn our own experience. You all have experience of age and life here. सब लोग 20-22 साल लाइफ जी चुके हो. ओके, टीनेजर के रूप में रह चुके हो, कॉलेज जा चुके हो, यूनिवर्सिटी में भी पहुंच चुके हो, ग्रोन अप बेबी हो, एडल्टहुड अटेंड किए हुए हो गया 3-4 इयर्स, पेरेंट्स को देखे हो क्लोज क्वार्टर से, फ्रेंड्स को देखे हो क्लोज क्वार्टर से, डेली बेसिस you are keeping a close watch on politics, in administration, experiential learning भी हो रहा है. Okay, so what is generation stage, right? What is generation stage of learning? Inputs, information, knowledge coming from multiple sources, and you having skills to generate, manufacture what is required. What I am doing right now? I am generating a conversation. With whom? Who have come to us, in this complete workshop to know all about IAS exam preparation. And what I am using? I am using my experience. I am using the information which I have. And from where I got this information? Reading in books, listening to my teachers, talking with successful candidate, every year keeping a close watch on paper, every year, talking with successful aspirants and so on and so forth. So, which is third stage? Generation. And the fourth stage kya hai? Creation. Very, very few people are able to reach to this stage. Okay. Who are the people who are able to reach this stage? Everyone is born with some genius. And those who are able to identify that genius in early age and then they dedicate life for that, they will reach to top and will reach to which level of learning? Creation. Poets, authors, thinkers, laureates, noted academicians, great lawyers, great economics, great statesmen, they all are at which stage? Creation. वो कंटेंट क्रिएट करते हैं, और वही यूज करते हैं कौन? Those who are at the level of generation, those who are at the level of reproduction with understanding, and even those who are at the level of reproduction without understanding. So have you understood what are the 4 stages of learning? Bottom stage, reproduction without understanding. Second stage, reproduction with understanding. Third stage, and the highest. Now, my work is very easy. If you know this, majority of aspirants who are preparing for civil service exam, why they fail? Because during preparation, since beginning till end, in which stage of learning they are? Reproduction without understanding. हमारे जमाने में, I have no hesitation in saying, हमारे जमाने में जब हम सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम लिख रहे थे, कौन कितना रिप्रोड्यूस कर सकता है विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग या विथ लिटिल अंडरस्टैंडिंग, दैट विल डिसाइड द डेस्टिनी. But the way they are asking questions these days in prelims, in main exam, and even the kind of conversation which they are doing with successful candidate in the boardroom, who can be successful? Only those who are reaching to which stage? Generation. Gone are the days when you can qualify this exam by being in reproduction with understanding and reproduction without understanding. And majority of the aspirant, and it is not only you to be blamed, पूरा का पूरा country का academic atmosphere for many years is encouraging what? Reproduction with understanding or reproduction without understanding. और इसमें सबसे बड़ा ब्लेम किसके है? कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट. क्या कर रहा है कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट? बच्चों को हैबिचुएटेड बना रहा है, एडिक्टेड बना रहा है. किसके लिए? अटेंड क्लासेस, राइट डाउन नोट्स, मग अप नोट्स, एंड देन गो फॉर एग्जाम, एंड देन द मोमेंट दे सी क्वेश्चन, सोचता है नहीं हो सकता है. So if you want to be successful in GS, कहां पहुंचना होगा आपको? Generation. Success in civil service exam 7 years before, 8 years before was dependent on your preparedness to deal with expected. But now success is dependent on your preparedness to deal with unexpected. With best preparation, when you will step in the exam hall for prelims and main exam, surprises will be waiting in question paper for you. And how you are going to deal with those surprises will govern the destiny. How you can prepare yourself to deal with unexpected? Number 1, thorough coverage of syllabus. Number 2, during preparation, focus on writing skills. Number 3, keeping yourself updated and informed about current and contemporary developments. And number 4, in your attitude towards learning, reaching to which stage? Generation. Reaching to which stage? Generation. So you will have to learn from newspapers. You will have not only to learn, but how to use that learning. That is important. And that will happen only when you are scaling yourself upward in this learning matrix. Okay, I know it's difficult. हम कोशिश करेंगे क्लास में. How we will do? हम thought provoking sessions conduct करेंगे. We will try to provoke your thoughts through our discussion in the class. Then we will give you some, assignment. Then we will conduct some activities Then we will conduct tests. We will conduct surprise tests. We will conduct, regular tests. And we will give you opportunity and option to ask doubts, ask doubts in the class itself. Okay? और ये सब आपको क्या करेगा? धीरे धीरे कहां लेके आ जाएगा? Generation. Okay? Then you will get this, you will acquire this ability to think deep and to generate some points quickly and then package the point in the form of good answer. Organize that point, those points in the form of a good answer, and you will use your writing skills ultimately to manufacture a very good answer. So, UPSC में अभी success depends on what? Your preparedness to deal with unexpected. And who can prepare himself, herself to deal with unexpected? One who has done thorough, exhaustive coverage of syllabus as per a specific demand. वो specific demand कब समझ में आएगा? Previous year question से. Then second important thing, since beginning till end, that person has remained committed towards improving his or her writing skills. Number 3, that person has been successful in taking himself upward in the learning matrix. To start with what? Reproduction with understanding to the level of generation. And I know some of you will even reach to the level of creation. I know. Once you understand that these are the stages of learning, once you make committed efforts to take yourself upward, some of you will reach which stage? Creation. But you will be topper in this exam even if you reach to the level of generation. But you will never qualify this exam if you are at the bottom stage, that is reproduction without understanding. यहां पहुंचा reproduction with understanding, prelims clear होने लगेगा, ठीक है, मेंस में स्ट्रगल रहेगा, इंटरव्यू में तो chances are very less. You understood? Yes or no? Okay. Now, in this direction part, okay, so what to study and what not to study, right? Then time bound completion of syllabus, and previous year question is your guide which can keep your preparation on right track. Okay, right track. Then next important thing in the direction is, right, next important thing within the direction is, ये generation के लिए, right, generation के लिए what you will have to do in GS, right, what you will have to do in GS, you will have to from hard work mode to a smart hard work mode. Okay, majority of the students who are failing in the exam, right, who are failing, who are doing the GS preparation in which mode? Hard work mode of preparation. Hard work mode of preparation. From this hard work mode of preparation, you have to come to which mode? A smart hard work. A smart hard work. Okay, and ये smart hard work में बहुत सारा elements है. Okay, so when I say, if you remain in this mode of preparation, particularly for GS, you are but natural going to encounter what? Failures, frustration, disappointments. Okay, and अगर आ गया यहाँ पर smart hard work में success, satisfaction, wow factor during the preparation itself, it will create wow factor. Wow, something which I was not able to understand so many days in my life, now I can easily understand. So what is required? What is required from hard work mode to which mode? Smart hard work. Now what is the difference? Those who are preparing in hard work mode of preparation, what is their area of focus? Their area of focus is to maximize the inputs, right? Their area of focus is what? To maximize the inputs. What they mean? What it mean? You know, they will read multiple books. They will read notes of multiple institutes. They will read multiple magazines. They will read multiple, journals. Okay. So focus कहाँ है उनका? To maximize the input. And they are the people who have no focus, or you can say less focus on output. Output में कोई focus नहीं. Okay? They will always have the tendency to read more and skip tests. They will always have focus on, right, tendency in favor of reading multiple sources but skip writing. And they will have justification. Why should I not write? They will say, अभी मैंने पढ़ा नहीं है ढंग से, कुछ और पढ़ना है. I need to read something more before I write. Okay. So their focus is where? To maximize inputs. इनका tendency क्या है? To read one book and then to add on one in that list, and then to further add on two, and then to add on and keep on adding, and they land up where? Right? Maximizing the input and no focus or less focus on output. But ये जो smart hard work, those who are getting good rank in the very first attempt, right? Who are the people? They are in a smart hard work. Smart hard work वाले क्या करते हैं? Rather than maximizing the input, they will optimize the input. They will optimize inputs. Okay. And they will maximize output. Right? यहां पर मैक्सिमाइज नहीं कर रहे, यहां क्या कर रहे हैं? ऑप्टिमाइज. ये क्या है? ये कौन सा लोग है? स्मार्ट हार्डवर्क. एक जो चीप स्मार्ट है वो यहां पर क्या कर रहा है? इसको मिनिमाइज करने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं. इनपुट को थोड़ा यूट्यूब पे देख लेता हूं, राइट? वो क्या है? मिनिमाइजिंग द इनपुट एंड नो फोकस ऑन आउटपुट. मेरे लिए तो वो इनसे भी ज्यादा खतरनाक है. उसको हम क्या नाम देते हैं? मैं अपना टर्मिनोलॉजी, चीप स्मार्ट हार्डवर्क. नो, रियल स्मार्ट. रियली व्हाट इज स्मार्ट? ओके. सच पीपल क्या कर रहे हैं? दे आर ऑप्टिमाइजिंग इनपुट्स एंड दे आर मैक्सिमाइजिंग आउटपुट. नाउ व्हाट इट मीन्स, राइट? व्हाट इट मीन? इसका मतलब है केवल एक चीज, जो ये मोड में है, व्हाट दे डू? दे रीड maximum and they will not write, and big no to thinking. लेकिन यहां वाला लोग क्या है? They will read more, they will read less, they read less, they write more. उनका डे लॉन्ग जो एक्टिविटी है उसमें राइटिंग पार्ट इज मोर देन रीडिंग, एंड दे थिंक मैक्सिमम. What is the meaning of thinking? Revision, consolidation, reflection, answer writing, discussion. Okay, so they think more. So simple formula क्या है? Read less, write more and think maximum. अगर 10 घंटा पढ़ रहे हो, 3 घंटा केवल पढ़ना है रीडिंग टेक्स्ट, 3.5 घंटा राइटिंग। क्लास में जब आप अटेंड करते हो क्या हो रहा है? रीडिंग भी हो रहा है, राइटिंग भी हो रहा है, थिंकिंग भी हो रहा है। बट घर में जाते ही क्या हो रहा है? जब रिवीजन कर रहे हो, ओनली यू आर रीडिंग अगेन। नो, रीड अगेन, यू राइट, जॉट डाउन, ब्रेन मैप्स बनाओ, माइंड मैप्स बनाओ, पेपर पे लिखो, फेंको, एंड व्हाइल यू आर रिवाइजिंग, थिंक, recapitulate, recollect what teacher said during the class discussion, what you understood, ask yourself, reflect on. Okay, so a smart hard work is about what? Reading less, writing more and thinking maximum. और यही स्ट्रैटेजिक एरर जीएस में कर रहा है जो लोग स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं। They read maximum, they write less, and there is big no to thinking. And I am sorry to say something on my own people in fraternity. वो लोग भी क्या प्रमोट कर रहा है? पढ़ा रहा है, बोल रहा है आई विल टीच यू। ओके, टीचिंग के नाम पे उनको इंकरेज क्या कर रहा है? कि रीड। क्यों? बिकॉज दे विल डिक्टेट, राइट, दे विल गिव मटीरियल टू रीड। और बच्चा अगर पूछा सर और बता दो क्या पढ़ना है, तो 5 और रेफरेंस बता दे रहा है। और पूरे समय बच्चा को कहां बिजी रख रहा है? रीडिंग। बट जब बच्चा 1-2 बार फेल कर जाता है, ओके, फेल कर जाता है, देन व्हाट दे डू, तब वो रियलाइज होता है उस बच्चे को कि ये स्ट्रैटेजिक एरर, देन कोर्स करेक्शन। लेकिन वो कोर्स करेक्शन बहुत पेनफुल है। आफ्टर a year if you realize, then to correct the course also is a taxing, painful affair, but some are able to do. Hats off to such people. Okay, so from day one आपको अपने स्ट्रैटेजी में ये एरर नहीं आने देना है। स्मार्ट हार्डवर्क, ये स्मार्ट हार्डवर्क वाला लोग कौन है? ये जो हार्डवर्क वाला है, ऑन ए पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट, इन ए पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट, ऑन ए पर्टिकुलर थीम, व्हाट दे विल डू? दे विल रीड 5 बुक्स। ये क्या पढ़ता है? एक टॉपिक पे, एक सब्जेक्ट पे 5 बुक्स। ये बच्चा क्या करता है? एक बढ़िया बुक 5 टाइम्स। और अगर ये 5 बुक्स भी अगर ये पढ़ रहा है तो पूरा बुक नहीं पढ़ता है, उस बुक का सिलेक्टेड पेजेस, विद इन पेज सिलेक्टेड पैराग्राफ 5 टाइम्स। अप्रोच में है डिफरेंस, एटीट्यूड में है डिफरेंस, स्ट्रैटेजी में है डिफरेंस, और अवेयरनेस कहां है? टू ऑप्टिमाइज इनपुट एंड मैक्सिमाइज आउटपुट। एवरी टाइम व्हेन दे रीड, व्हाट दे डू? दे विल रीड 1 सेंटेंस, दे विल थिंक। अच्छा, एक और चीज यहीं पे, जैसे आपको अगर इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज इंप्रूव करना है, व्हाट यू नीड टू डू? एनीथिंग विच यू रीड, you should read with dual objective. One is to learn the content and second is to improve your language. Even if you are reading NCERT book, you should not read to only understand geography and history, but you see the presentation, you see the sentence formation, you see the choice of word, you see the simplicity in expression, you see the punch in expression, and gradually what will happen? Your own language will improve. While you are reading newspaper, if you are reading an article in newspaper, you should not read only to learn about Sino-Indian border dispute, but how that has been presented before you by the author, by the editor, the language, the expression, sentence formation, words, and your language will. When you are sitting in the class, you should not only listen to the discussion to know the content, understand the content, but the language of teacher, the presentation, the style, the choice of words, and your own language will gradually improve. So, ये optimizing है। आप जैसे ही dual mode में आओगे, आपका लैंग्वेज इंप्रूवमेंट के लिए भी काम चल रहा है साइड बाय साइड। ओके, आपके दिमाग में ये है, बैक ऑफ द माइंड यू हैव इट इन यू दैट ज्योग्राफी भी सीखना है, लैंग्वेज भी इंप्रूव करना है, पॉलिटी भी सीखना है, लैंग्वेज भी इंप्रूव, इकोनॉमिक्स भी सीखना है, लैंग्वेज भी. Okay, so every time I listen to teacher, I not only have to listen to content being delivered, through thought-provoking sessions, but also the language in which teacher is presenting, the language in which the teacher is doing discussion, so that you can improve your own language. So these are few small things, right? These are few small things through which you can, do course correction. Okay, so what I said, from hard work mode, you have to switch over to what? Smart hard work. Okay, now the most important thing. The most important thing. These days, your success in GS in terms of, let's say 500 plus out of 1000 in main exam, your success in paper 1 in prelims, you getting 110, 115, this depends on what? Exhaustive coverage of syllabus and how well you are keeping yourself updated and informed about current and contemporary developments. Last 10 years का एक न्यू ट्रेंड क्या है? सक्सेस इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन, राइट, सक्सेस इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन हाउ वेल द कैंडिडेट इज कीपिंग हिमसेल्फ हरसेल्फ अपडेटेड एंड इन्फॉर्म्ड ऑन current and contemporary developments, current affairs. So next 10-15 minutes I am going to talk about current affairs, and these words should be considered final words from my side, and you can ask doubts if you have towards the end. Is this fine? Yes or no? Okay? Pakka? Good. So, current affairs, very important. Let me put it like this. 80% questions in prelims and main exam in GS. Why those questions are being asked? Because that topic, that issue has been in news for some or other reason. Even in history, we are seeing what? Current affairs. Even in polity, we are seeing what? Current affairs. Economics, of course. Environment and ecology, of course. Environment में हम क्या देखते हैं? The species in news, okay? The animal in news, the tiger reserve in news, the national park in news, the wildlife sanctuary in news, the report in news. They are asking question based on that. History में what we have seen? चंपारण सत्याग्रह का centenary year, they have asked a question on चंपारण सत्याग्रह. दिल्ली कैपिटल शिफ्ट हुआ फ्रॉम कोलकाता, उसका 100 ईयर, दे आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन. पार्टीशन ऑफ बंगाल का 100 ईयर हुआ, दे आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन. रॉलेक्ट एक्ट का 2019 में दे आस्क्ड अ क्वेश्चन ऑन रॉलेक्ट एक्ट. ओके, सो व्हाट वी आर फाइंडिंग, फ्यू डेज बिफोर मोतीलाल नेहरू was in news, right? You will find Subhash Chandra Bose was in news this year. Okay, there is a likelihood of question on Subhash Chandra Bose. What I am just trying to say, what I am interested in telling you, your success is heavily dependent on how well you are keeping yourself updated, informed about current and contemporary developments. और इसमें सबसे ज्यादा strategic error कर रहा है most of the aspirants. And you know what is inducing those errors? Their belief in shortcut. Their belief in shortcut to success. So what they are doing? They are reading newspaper. Rather than reading newspapers, what they do? They will go to YouTube channel और daily news analysis सुन लेता हूं. कोई फायदा नहीं होगा और limited फायदा होगा. Very limited फायदा. Okay. So what is the best way which is going to benefit you in multiple way? Reading newspapers. So in your daily schedule, day 1, right? Day 1, when you have started preparation. What must remain, a very consistently should remain in your daily schedule? Newspaper reading. Okay. Newspaper reading. Minimum 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. Everybody must read newspaper. And all of you should read newspaper, hard copy of the newspaper. You subscribe and you read hard copy of the newspaper. Those who are at remote part of India preparing where they don't have access to newspaper, then e-version. Okay. For such people who don't have access, what they can do? They can read through e-version of the newspaper. Now, I will be giving very intrusive counseling in newspaper reading. Okay. Intrusive, considering you all as a very important and now integral part of ALS family. I am treating you all as a family member. And within family, क्या होना चाहिए? सीधी बात. सीधी बात, straight talks. Nicety के लिए नहीं. Right? सीधी बात, straight talks. Even with my friends who are at, different location and attending this workshop through online, through our Edukemy platform. Okay, even for you people, right? Even for you people. So what I am interested in telling you, which newspaper you should read? The Hindu or the Indian Express. Okay? And why I am not saying that you should read the Times of India, the Hindustan Times, the Telegraph, the Deccan Herald, सब अच्छा पेपर है. बट प्रॉब्लम है उन पेपर्स में. क्या है? टू मेनी पेजेस. टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया बहुत बल्कि है, 25-30 पेजेस है. एंड सम ऑफ द पेजेस आर कलरफुल विथ ब्यूटीफुल फेसेस, और स्पाइसी न्यूज भी है उधर. सो डिस्ट्रैक्शंस आएगा. इफ यू रीड दिल्ली टाइम्स, आई डोंट माइंड, इवन आई रीड एवरी मॉर्निंग हाफ एन आवर, मेरा उधर ही जाता है. While I am having my morning tea, I am naturally inclined to turn Delhi Times. But through that I cannot include in newspaper reading as a teacher of current affairs also. You should also not include that, reading newspaper. So which newspaper to read? The Hindu and the Indian Express. Why? Because coverage in these two newspapers has greater overlapping with the syllabus which is prescribed for UPSC, General Studies, essay, and other areas. As simple as that. It's not because Hindu editorial board or the Indian Express editorial board and their, media house owners are giving me some money, right? कि थोड़ा हमारा न्यूज़पेपर का प्रचार करो. नहीं, ठीक है. हमारा इंटेंशन केवल एक ही है, आपके लिए कौन बेटर है, द हिंदू और द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस. एंड ऑलवेज यू हैव टू रीड विच वन? नेशनल एडिशन, which is published from New Delhi. This is for my online friends. Irrespective of your geographical location, for this preparation, you have to read the national edition only, because national edition में क्या है? Regional news कम है. उससे क्या है? आपके अंदर एक टेंडेंसी होता है ना, हमारे शहर में क्या हो रहा है, कहाँ एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, कहाँ प्रोटेस्ट हुआ है, ओके, कहाँ जो है शादी में पंडाल गिर गया, हमारे सिटी में कौन नेता विजिट किया, कौन सेलिब्रिटी विजिट किया. देयर इज ए नेचुरल टेंडेंसी. ऑल सच थिंग्स विल इंड्यूस unwarranted distraction. You will land up consuming more time. So always you should read what? National edition. Is this clear? And you have to make notes when you are reading newspapers, right? You have to make notes. So notes making बहुत important है. Notes making must, and you have to make notes in a scientific manner. फिर से वहां क्या करना है? Optimize input, maximize output. A smart hard work. So notes making is important. One more word of advice, that you should read newspaper when? Morning, afternoon, evening, late evening, before you get into bed. Okay? Whichever time you feel your concentration levels are at peak. Whichever time. I feel my concentration levels are at peak when I get up in the morning. My friend says that his concentration levels are at peak late night before he gets into bed. It varies. Some will feel peak of their concentration late afternoon when less people are in house. Okay, it varies. Whichever time you feel your concentration levels are high. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है आपके प्रिपरेशन का न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग. सबसे ज्यादा आंसर आप लिख पाओगे न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग से. क्लासरूम डिस्कशन, राइट, प्रिंटेड नोट्स, स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स का इंपॉर्टेंस है, बट मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग. In prelims, in main, in interview, everywhere, all three stages of the exam. So which time you should read? Whenever you feel your concentration levels normally at peak. Okay, that is the time. And place to read, दो ही place हो सकता है. A study table at your PG, hostel or house, और नहीं तो library. इन दोनों के अलग अगर पढ़ोगे, चाय की दुकान पे, पार्क में, छत पे ठंड के दिन में कुर्सी निकालकर, राइट, मेट्रो में, मेनी आई हैव सीन एस्पिरेंट रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर, राइट, व्हाइल दे आर ट्रैवलिंग इन मेट्रो. प्लेस गवर्न्स योर थॉट्स. ओके, चाय के दुकान पर न्यूज पढ़ोगे तो क्या पढ़ोगे? ठीक है, क्या पढ़ोगे उसमें? कि विक्की कौशल का जो शादी हुआ है कटरीना से, ऑल इज वेल इन देयर न्यूली वेडेड लाइफ और नॉट, और मोदी जी ने क्या ड्रेस पहना, राइट, राहुल गांधी ने क्या बोला, ओके, पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविटीज, सेलिब्रिटी का लाइफ, खाना, रेस्टोरेंट, यही सब स्पाइसी न्यूज. ओके, स्टडी टेबल पे पढ़ोगे, ऑटोमेटिकली यू विल से बिग नो टू दोज हेडलाइंस. Okay, place governs the thoughts. When I read newspaper at my study table, I choose article to read very differently. And when I read newspaper early morning while having the cup of tea, sitting in my lawn, okay, I land up reading different news items. I am sharing this based on experiential learning. So which is the place to read newspaper? Study table, at home, hostel or library. Only two places. Okay. And you have to maintain the sanctity of newspaper reading. बहुत ही पवित्र काम कर रहे हो सिविल सर्विस के प्रिपरेशन में. You maintain the पवित्रता, sanctity को maintain करना है. Okay. Otherwise you will land up what? Right? Consuming too much time. बहुत बच्चा आता है मेरे पास, बोलता है 2.5 घंटा भी पढ़ता हूं फिर भी कवर नहीं होता है. क्या है? दो ही कारण है, स्ट्रैटेजिक एरर, ओके, और रॉन्ग अप्रोच. ओके, रॉन्ग अप्रोच, गलत जगह पे जाके पढ़ रहे हो, गलत न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ रहे हो और गलत तरीके से पढ़ रहे हो. दैट इज व्हाई यू आर टेकिंग हाउ मच टाइम? 2 hours, 3 hours. 1 hour में सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन के लिए काम चल जाएगा. यू गॉट इट? ओके, सो प्लेस टू रीड. नाउ somebody is asking, should we read both? No, but you can subscribe both. Okay, since you have asked, you should not read both Prakriti, but you can subscribe both. Okay, I am going to tell you. Okay, so you understood these few things. Now next is you have to make notes. And for new notes making from newspaper, you should have 6 notebooks, not 1, 2, 3, 6 notebooks. Okay, classified notes making from newspaper. Okay, so one notebook should be for, right? One notebook should be for polity related developments, polity, constitution, polity, constitution, governance, justice system, administration, administrative issues, okay. So पॉलिटी, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, गवर्नेंस, जस्टिस, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव, और इसी में हम इंक्लूड कर लेंगे सिक्योरिटी, security related issues. Okay, so one notebook will be for what? These issues. Second will be for economic developments, current economic developments. Okay, economic developments. Okay, third will be international issues and bilateral relations. International issues and bilateral relations. Okay, इसी में international institutions in news will fall. Okay, then fourth will be geography, environment, ecology, science and technological development. Okay, science and technological developments. The fifth will be social and other national issues. Social and other national issues which cannot be mapped to the first four, they all to be mapped in this other national issues, other national issues. And the sixth will be prelims exclusive notebook. Prelims exclusive notebook. Okay, so how many notebook you have to make? 6. Okay, now what you have to do, in each of the 6 notebook, in each of the first 5 notebook, first 3-4 pages should be index. और इंडेक्स पेज में क्या क्या होगा? सीरियल नंबर, ओके, देन डेट, देन टॉपिक, एंड देन पेज नंबर. So your notebooks must be having serial number in all pages. Okay, serial number. So page number. Okay, and then remarks. Okay, remarks. You understood? First 5 pages in each notebook should be index page. Okay, because क्या करना है? न्यूज पढ़ना है, नोट्स बनाना है, मैप करना है, क्लासिफाई करना है, so that you can revise in a scientific manner. Okay, so all the 5 what is to be done is clear. Okay, so what is required? Index page in first 5. 6th especially I will tell you. Now what you have to do, right? What you have to, so Priti is asking how to make notes. I am going to share that. Okay, so what you have to do, once you understood this, notes making is very important. Now what you have to do, you have to read newspaper with 5S strategy. 5 alphabet S. Okay, strategy. What is this 5S? First S is scan. Okay, second S is skip. Third S is select. Fourth S is the most important, study. Right? Fourth S is study. And the fifth S is equally important, summarize. Okay, 5S strategy. Now what you have to do, right? What you have to do? Few things, right? Few things. You have to spend, 10 minutes to scan. 10 minutes to scan. क्या करना है? Scan करना है headlines, in different pages of the newspaper, and out of 10 minutes, 6 minutes you have to spend on first and central page, that is editorial. Okay, and maybe very quickly you have to see other pages, headlines, but mainly you have to spend time while scanning first and central page of the newspaper. And believe me my friends, UPSC is not going to ask any question from inside pages of the newspaper if they failed to gain importance to an extent that the newspaper thought giving it due space on first and central page. जब बजट आने वाला होता है ना, तो बजट से 20 दिन पहले कहां आएगा न्यूज? इकोनॉमिक्स पेज में. लेकिन जिस दिन निर्मला सीतारमन will present budget, that day, next day, where it will find? First page. And 2 days later, what you will find? Budget पे editorial, articles. आपको कब वेट करना है? फर्स्ट पेज पे आने दो. आपके लिए इंडिकेशन है, इंक्लिंग है. इंक्लिंग आप समझते हो ना, इशारा है कि now that issue has gained that much prominence with which questions can be asked, right? Questions can be asked. You got it? So आपको कहां पे फोकस करना है स्कैनिंग में? फर्स्ट पेज एंड सेंट्रल पेज. Okay, but while you are scanning, you are getting, what is getting registered? Important issues. आपको पता चल रहा है, ठीक है, कि IPL चल रहा है. आपको पता चल रहा है थॉमस कप है. आपको पता चल रहा है ये सैटेलाइट लॉन्च हुआ है, ये स्कीम लॉन्च हुआ है, ये नया बिल पेश हुआ है. एटलीस्ट यू आर अवेयर. ओके, बट अवेयरनेस इटसेल्फ इज सफिशिएंट. यू विल डू स्टडी लेटर. ओके, व्हेन यू विल स्टडी, व्हेन दैट विल गेट प्रोमिनेंटली प्लेस्ड इन फर्स्ट एंड सेंट्रल पेज. फर्स्ट 10 मिनट्स क्या करना है? स्कैनिंग. देन नेक्स्ट 10 मिनट्स, right? Next 10 minutes में क्या करना है? Skip and select. Okay, so you have to find that out of 10 different news item in first and editorial page, okay, which is the most important, okay, for me. Okay, and then you have to choose, 2 or 1 to study that day. So on daily basis, how many articles, events, stories, editorial you are going to study? 2. But if you are choosing the one which is very lengthy, half page ka article hai, then only 1. Quarter page ka hai, then 2. Less than quarter hai, then 2. Okay, but in no case more than 2. Right? In no case more than 2. In most of the cases, 2. In some cases, 1. You got it? And what is going to help you? 3 cheez. Right? Your deep understanding of syllabus, your awareness about previous year questions, and your common sense. Right? Your common sense. ये कहाँ help करेगा आपको? Skip and select. So you have to select how many? 2. लेकिन selection का मतलब ये नहीं है कि केवल आपने select किया. Select करके क्या करना है? Map करना है. Okay. If you have, let's say Russian or let's say Sri Lankan economic political crisis पे एक article है. So ये कहाँ जाएगा? Which notebook? International bilateral issues. Immediately you should take out the notebook. You should first enter in the index, serial number 25, date 23rd May, right? Topic, Sri Lankan economic crisis. Okay. Then in your notebook, page number on which the notes you are going to make, right, is 32. Randomly I am giving. And one very important thing, while you are making notes from newspaper, one page is to be used in the notebook for notes making, and the next page is to be left blank for future update. So while you are making notes, you should use only one page, and the next page must be left blank. You understood? For what? Future update. Maybe 3 months later, maybe a month later, maybe 6 months later, you will choose similar article. That time, on making note on a separate place, you have to make notes in this blank space. You understood? Science of notes making, very important. You understood? Yes or no? All of you, my online friends? Okay. You understood? So, selection when I say, आपने क्या कर दिया इस स्टेज तक आकर? इस स्टेज तक आके आपने क्या कर दिया? मैप कर दिया, चुन लिया, मैप कर दिया, इंडेक्स में एंट्री कर दिया और 32 पेज नंबर खोल लिया उस नोटबुक ऑन इंटरनेशनल बायलैटरल, एंड यू हैव रिटन द टाइटल ऑन द टॉप ऑफ द पेज, श्रीलंकन इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस. Okay, now fourth S is study. So what you will do? You will start studying. But in initial days, you may not be knowing the basics of most of the story which you are going to pick. So in initial days, what you have to do, 2-3 minutes, right? 3 to 5 minutes. आपको क्या करना है? You have to make yourself aware about basics. So what you should do? By using internet, Google, right? You have to answer 5W and 1H. What, where, why, who, when, okay, and how, right? Where is Sri Lanka? What happened there? One word, try finding out. Okay, when it started, how it started. Okay, जैसे ही पता चलेगा ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग आएगा. Okay, जैसे ही where is Sri Lanka? साउथ एशिया में, one of the neighboring country, आपको पता. So ये awareness बहुत जरूरी है. So 5W18, this will not be required 5 months later, because you will be aware with basics of most of the development, but in initial days, you may require 3-5 minutes exercise where you will be using internet to equip yourself, about the article or the editorial or the story or the event which you are reading in newspaper. And if you skip this, then you will not get benefited. Okay, you will not learn. APSPA पे पढ़ रहा है, आपको पता तो होना चाहिए what is APSPA, when was the act enacted, where it is, enforced, what are the key issues. Then you read that article. And it will not take more than 5 minutes. You have to answer to these W and H in one sentence, not more than that. Just basic. Right? जैसे आप इंटरव्यू में जाओगे ना, one common question asked is, introduce yourself. Give a brief introduction of yourself. Because board is not knowing, never met you. Okay. So in 1 minute you will be telling, I am so and so, I come from this state, I have done this, these are my hobbies, interests, this is my academic background. Board को basic minimum पता चल गया. And then they will start the conversation. You understood? So initial days, this exercise is very important. 5W, 1H, through which you will know, you are equipped to read the article or not. You got it? And then what you have to do? You have to study. And while you are studying, right? While you are studying, what you have to do? You have to underline the key words, key sentences in the newspaper, and then in the notebook, right? You have to, note down. But how you should? After completing one paragraph, you need to close your eyes, and then you need to think that from this paragraph, what's the takeaway? From this paragraph, what's the important thing which I should remember for life? Okay, from this paragraph, one thing which I at least should know till the day of my exam, this. Okay, and after thinking, you should write in your notes. And while you are making notes, display scientific temperament. Okay, display scientific temperament. आप notes में mind map बनाओ. Sri Lankan crisis लिखो, right? That the present Sri Lankan crisis क्या है? Economic है, political है या दोनों है? So it is both economic and political. Economic crisis क्या है? Deficit. Political crisis क्या है? Instability and one family, in key positions. ये था पहले. What I am just trying to say, make mind maps, right? Make mind maps, make, brain maps, make flow charts, make diagram in note, and sometime you should write very powerful sentence which you are reading. Same way, the way it is written in newspaper, your language will improve. You will have better grasp over the issue. Okay, so, और ये आपको कहाँ help करेगा? CSAT में. कहाँ help करेगा? CSAT, reading comprehension में. If you get habituated to, after reading one paragraph, if you will close your eyes and will think and will reflect and will recollect what is the takeaway, it is going to help immensely in reading comprehension. And it is helping you to develop better grasp over the topic. And then you pen down, then you write down, then you make notes. You understood? This is the way you have to make notes from newspapers. But fifth S उससे भी ज़्यादा important है. And that fifth S is what? और ये जो अभी बताने जा रहा हूं, ये effortless way में revision. Okay? Effortless way में revision. So what is effortless way? Last 5 minutes, what you should do? You should take out your smartphone. And I hope all of you have a smartphone. Okay, take out your smartphone, open the voice recorder, and record in your own voice in 5 minutes that today I read an editorial in the Hindu newspaper on Sri Lankan economic crisis. After reading this article, I understood the following points about the Sri Lankan economic crisis. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. And after recording it, listen to that recording same day 3-4 times in non-academic time, when you are cooking for yourself in kitchen, when you are preparing tea for yourself, when you are walking to ALS to attend classes, put the earphone, headphone, and in 5 minutes you listen. It is a effortless way of revision. It is a very smart way of revision, and this tool you should use during preparation very effectively. Record करो और सुनो. While you are brushing your teeth, while you are in toilet, washroom, 5 मिनट में एक बार सुन लिया. 2 काम हो रहे हैं. ओके, वॉक कर रहे हो, सुन लो। दुनिया सोचेगी म्यूजिक सुन रहे, आप तो रिवाइज कर रहे हैं। वेरी स्मार्ट वे ऑफ रिवीजन, कंसोलिडेशन। सुनो ही नहीं, सुनाओ। कैच ए फ्रेंड ऑफ योर्स, बोलो भाई देखो 5 मिनट दो, तुमको अभी श्रीलंकन क्राइसिस पे एक ब्रीफ देता हूं। अगर कोई नहीं मिल रहा है तो अपने आप को सुना दो। इवनिंग वॉक करते समय टेल योरसेल्फ दैट दीज आर द 5 पॉइंट्स। यू डोंट हैव टू यूज एकेडमिक टाइम। यस माय फ्रेंड, वो तो समरी आ रहा है, वहीं जो नोट्स है वही समरी है। ओके, वॉइस रिकॉर्ड कर लो वो पूरा एंड रिवाइज करो। लिसन एटलीस्ट 3-4 एंड ए वर्ड ऑफ कॉशन, डोंट बिकम कलेक्टर बिफोर बिकमिंग कलेक्टर। व्हाट इज द मीनिंग? बहुत लोग क्या करेगा, रिकॉर्ड करेगा लेकिन सुनेगा नहीं। अगर नहीं सुना रात में डिलीट कर देना। यह मत सोचना कल सुन लूंगा। टुमारो नेवर कम्स इन दिस प्रिपरेशन। टुमारो यू विल रिकॉर्ड समथिंग न्यू। ओके, यू अंडरस्टूड? यस और नो? हाउ टू रीड न्यूज़पेपर्स? Now, the sixth notebook is what? Prelims exclusive. Now, in prelims exclusive, what you have to do? Every day, after scanning the newspaper, you have to identify 2 to 4 entries in bullet form in date wise. So, 23rd को, right? Bullet form में कितना information लिखना है उसमें? 2 to 4. And maximum कितना words? 50, minimum 30. And what will you write? Person in news, place in news, awards, sports. आजकल sports से भी क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं, right? So person in news, place in news, award, sport, any special event, in a classified, date-wise classified manner. And from where you will pick? While you are scanning, you will learn. अच्छा, Nobel Peace Prize मिल गया, इसको मिला for this. Okay, Nobel Prize in Literature, this Raman Magsaysay Award, this Thomas Cup, India has won. Where was the Thomas Cup? Which was the team which was defeated by Indian, men team in badminton? So what I am just trying to say, sixth notebook is what? Compilation of information in a bullet form, places in news, places in news, person in news, award, event. ओके, बट मैक्सिमम 50 वर्ड। ये किसके लिए है? प्रीलिम्स एंड 1 डे कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम। अगर आपको सीएपीएफ लिखना है, कल सीडीएस लिखना है, बैंक पीओ लिखना है, इन सिविल सर्विस का प्रीलिम्स लिखना है, दिस इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू। हाउ टू रीड न्यूज़पेपर्स, यू अंडरस्टूड? यस और नो? प्लीज स्टिक टू इट। 6 महीने बाद ना आपको करंट अफेयर्स लगेगा ये तो मेरा सबसे स्ट्रॉन्ग एरिया है इन माई जीएस। अगर ये नहीं किया तो सिंस बिगिनिंग टिल एंड एक एरिया डराता रहेगा आपको, और वो है करंट अफेयर्स। नाउ 30 मिनट्स, ये तो 1 आवर क्या है, 30 मिनट्स क्या देना है? रीइंफोर्समेंट। व्हाट यू हैव टू प्रोवाइड? रीइंफोर्समेंट। एंड यू चूज द मीडियम फॉर रीइंफोर्समेंट विच एक्साइट्स यू मोस्ट। इसमें क्या क्या हो सकता है? न्यूज चैनल, इसमें क्या हो सकता है? रेडियो, इसमें क्या हो सकता है? मैगजीन्स, इसमें क्या हो सकता है? जर्नल्स, इसमें क्या हो सकता है? करंट अफेयर्स मटेरियल प्रोवाइडेड बाय एएलएस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ गैजेट, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ वीकली मटेरियल, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मंथली मैगजीन। बट सब नहीं करना है, यू चूज। बहुत बच्चा कहां स्ट्रेटेजिक एरर कर रहे हैं, चैनल भी देखने का कोशिश करता है, रेडियो भी सुनने का। अगर आपको न्यूज चैनल देखना है, केवल एक चैनल संसद टीवी, उसमें भी एक बिग पिक्चर। बट वाइल यू आर वॉचिंग द बिग पिक्चर डिस्कशन, यू हैव टू वॉच विथ पेपर एंड पेन एंड यू हैव टू कीप नोटिंग डाउन की पॉइंट्स। एंड आफ्टर 10 मिनट्स एक ब्रेक होता है, कमर्शियल ब्रेक। ब्रेक भी लंबा है, 3-4 मिनट, यू विल गेट टाइम। उस समय म्यूट कर दो और जॉट डाउन करो कि पिछला 8-9 मिनट्स में जो डिस्कशन था उसमें की पॉइंट्स क्या है, अगर टीवी यूज करना है। अगर आपको मैगजीन पढ़ना है तो क्या पढ़ना है आपको? योजना, कुरुक्षेत्र, ये दोनों सब्सक्राइब कर लो, राइट? और क्या करो, मंथली है योजना एंड कुरुक्षेत्र। इफ यू आस्क मी, आई विल ऑलवेज से दैट यू शुड प्रोवाइड रीइंफोर्समेंट थ्रू योजना एंड कुरुक्षेत्र। ओके ये सब्सक्राइब कर लो। और योजना और कुरुक्षेत्र से क्या करना चाहिए, यू चूज 10 आर्टिकल्स which you are going to prepare in the month, but you should map, पहले आर्टिकल को मैप करो। ये ज्योग्राफी में मॉनसून आर्टिकल है, ये सोशल इश्यूज में विमेन इंपावरमेंट रिलेटेड है, ये पॉलिटी में पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशन रिलेटेड है। ओके एंड देन ये जो हाफ एन आवर का स्लॉट है उसमें one full article or half of the article, next day another half, and when you read article उसी समय after completing article you should make synopsis, 5-6 key points, okay, from the article, और उसी पेज पे क्या कर दो, अटैच कर दो, मैगजीन के उसी पेज पर अटैच कर दो और फ्लैग भी कर दो कि दिस आर्टिकल रिलेट्स विथ पॉलिटी एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, दिस रिलेट्स विथ इकोनॉमिक्स, दिस रिलेट्स विथ, सो वन रीइंफोर्समेंट. What you have to do? One reinforcement. It can be through magazine, it can be through news channel, it can be through internet, it can be through journals, whatever you like. कुछ लोगों को इंटरनेट अच्छा लगता है, एवरी डे PIB स्कैन करो और उसमें से देखो 1 or 2 things which you can prepare, but don't do everything. जो लोग भी सब कुछ करता है वो बता दिया ना, फिर क्या है वो हार्डवर्क मोड. What decision you have to take? You cannot read anything which you cannot revise 3-4 times. Okay. So even in current affairs that is applicable. So you understood? Okay. We at ALS will do many things. Right? We at ALS will do what? Many things. हम आपको क्या देंगे? Weekly current affairs class. Every Saturday 1:30 to 4. We will conduct current affairs class in which 5 to 8 current topic will be discussed completely from exam needs based. Completely exam need based format में discussion होगा every Saturday. Okay. We will give you daily gadget. हम जो है 2-3 important items from different newspaper को pick करेंगे, उस पे work करेंगे, उसको exam oriented format में fit एडिट करेंगे एंड वी विल प्रेजेंट टू यू डेली गैजेट. आपको मंथली मैगजीन देंगे कॉम्पिटिशन विजर्ड. ओके. करंट अफेयर्स क्लास लेंगे, उसका भी करंट अफेयर्स मटेरियल देंगे. प्रीलिम्स के पहले एक क्रैश कोर्स करेंगे, मेन के पहले एक करंट अफेयर्स क्रैश कोर्स करेंगे, एडिक्वेट नंबर ऑफ टेस्ट कंडक्ट करेंगे करंट अफेयर्स पे. बट वी हैव ओनली वन एक्सपेक्टेशन फ्रॉम यू ऑल, दैट यू विल रीड न्यूज़पेपर रेगुलरली, meticulously, seriously, religiously, right, the way I have suggested, and then our classroom discussion will reinforce. No question in prelims and main you will find outside the ambit of your preparation. You understood? Yes or no? Okay. Now 2 minutes that we are starting the batch on 11th of June at Shalimar Place. We are starting the batch on 8th of June at Karol Bagh, and we are starting online batches as well, right? Morning 7:30 to 10 and evening 6 to 8:30 in the month of June. Now, what is very different at ALS? See, we will conduct thought-provoking sessions. Okay, so our classroom discussion is not to just support you in making class notes, but we will conduct thought-provoking sessions. We will ensure exhaustive and time-bound coverage of entire syllabus. And first time we are introducing at ALS, you know what? Day 1, we will share the year planner with you. Day 1, you will be knowing that in the month of December, on a particular date, what will be the subject, what will be the topic discussed by which teacher. Okay. So we are committing ourselves. Till now we were giving monthly planner. Earlier we were giving weekly planner. Now we have decided, that we must, display what we, what we preach, time management. Okay, so we will be sharing with you all what? The yearly planner in the day 1. And not only yearly planner, we will also be giving you lecture planners in each subject. that these are the topic which will be discussed in the class. Okay, and while you are sitting in the class, you must, make notes. Okay, so you should listen to discussion, you should get fully enrolled with the discussion, you should jot down key points, you must make notes which you should revise back home and you should practice. Now, how alert and attentive you were during the class, to evaluate that, every class will conclude with one activity or exercise. So 15 minutes का एक exercise every day करेंगे. Okay, every alternate day it will be objective and descriptive. Objective होगा क्या? Filling the blanks, match the following, MCQ, some teasers. और descriptive में क्या होगा? We will ask you to take the class test where we will ask you to write answer in 150 word or 250 word. Outside class, we will support you through wonderful, technology embedded LMS, learning, learners management system. Okay, so we will involve you in some or other activities outside class through our app as well. Okay, then for each class, we will have, associate faculty with whom you can interact daily, can ask doubts. Okay, we will give you very meticulously designed color pages in 25 booklets as our study material. Okay, and during the course, if you have any problem, you can feel free to come to me, because I will be playing the anchor role in GS. Okay, if you have anything, feel free to reach out to me. Okay, so that is, that is the plan with which we are starting. Okay, so if you have any questions, right, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So question from Piyush, right, question from Piyush, monthly magazine, competition wizard will be provided. Okay, newspaper, I have already briefed you, right. Rakesh is, Ritvik is asking, please repeat skip and select. Skip means what? The moment you read a heading and you are finding the heading interesting, you ask this question. Is there a possibility of question on this particular theme in the UPSC Civil Service Prelim and Main exam? If the answer is no, skip. Okay. Even if your answer is yes, out of 3 important, which is the most important, and then you prepare that day. Okay. You need to ask question. Has this event reached to a logical level? अभी इसमें और भी कुछ होना है, बाद में पढ़ेंगे. This is what is the meaning of skip, Ritvik. Okay, sir, can you share your number? Well, you can get my number, right? That's not an issue, but I don't share only for one reason. Most of the time when I am in class, if you will call, if I will not pick, then you will curse me. If you promise that you will not curse me for not picking the call, in the early morning if you call, I will pick. Late evening if you will call, I will pick. Okay, I don't mind. Okay, my number is 9810452145. It's in public domain. Most of the students are knowing my number. Okay, but only request that if I don't pick, don't curse. Okay, I am in the class for last 2.5 hours. Okay, phone is in my pocket. At least 20 times it has, rang. I don't know who all have called. Yes, sit down and. So you don't need that exercise.
Sir, but whenever I am trying to make some notes from the editorial, at the end I find that if the editorial is about politics, then I find that I had written a chapter of Lakshmikant, and if I am reading some about on international relations, I don't know.
So what is to be questioned is your selection and skip stage. Okay. So while you are selecting, you have a natural tendency of what? Selecting too many political topics. Avoid too many political issues. Concentrate on constitutional issues, legal issues, administrative issues. Don't get into politics, and there is no point jotting down basic thing which you have learnt in polity, in class or in Lakshmikant, to write in your current affairs. Current thing is what should be prominently figuring in your notes. that is, there is no ideal word limit. If you have landed up choosing a very lengthy, let's say quarter a page, then 250 words in your notes. Okay. If it is, if it is less than quarter, then 150 word. Half page, then 500 words. Okay. Not more than that. So compactness in notes, precision in notes is very important. If you will make lengthy notes, you will take too much time to revise. और garbage collection हो रहा है. Okay, garbage को छोड़ना है. Life में ये आदत हो गया है हम लोग को. Garbage को अपने head पे लेकर के, head carry load बढ़ाते रहना. कोई फायदा नहीं है. Okay. Yes. Anything else?
Sir, any special advice for those who are currently pursuing their respective degrees?
So good question. Right. I belong to a school where I feel विकल्प संकल्प को कमजोर करता है. So you must have plan B in life, but you should never work simultaneously on plan A and plan B. If you work simultaneously on plan A and plan B, both will fail and you will be in need of plan C. Okay. So whatever you are doing, continue doing, but you should be aware that primary thing is civil service preparation, and that secondary thing, whatever you are doing, should be less engaging and less in time consumption. As simple as that. Okay. So that awareness will help you. Okay. And this is what I want to share with all of you. Right? We must have clarity about plan B, that if I fail in civil service exam, then in which field or domain I will, explore a professional career. That can be your plan B, but never ever you should work on plan A and plan B together. Is this clear? Okay. So this is what. Yes. Anything else? Yes, my friend. Classified हम देंगे भी, हम क्लास में भी करेंगे, but market में भी classified है, subject wise, chapter wise, theme wise. Okay. And you read. Okay. And you read once, twice, thrice, then you can decode the question as well. Okay. देखना है. You have to see. If you are reading polity, if you are going to study President of India, you see how many questions in past 7 years from President in UPSC main exam. How many questions in prelims on an average each year. Okay. And that will give you fair idea that while preparing President in polity, what should be your approach. Yeah. Anything else? Nothing? Okay. All of you are feeling hungry. So this is the benefit of, attending face-to-face class. To my online friends, we will take a lunch break. For all of you, we have arranged a very light, working lunch. You can have the lunch. Okay. We are fully aware that next session will be very important. You should not sleep during the session with open eyes. Okay. That is why very light lunch is there. Okay. So we will take a lunch break and we will keep the time of 3:40 for reassembly for session number 3, which will be taken by Sabir sir, and he will be talking about, how to choose optional. He will be talking about the art and science of essay and answer writing, and he will be talking about integrated learning approach. Okay. So these are some key theme on which he will be talking post lunch in session number 3. From my side, I would like to express, thanks to all of you for committing yourself for this complete workshop. And you all are great listener and learner is what I can make out. The responsiveness with which you have heard till now is an indication that you are committed to self-growth and development. Okay, I am finding you all very serious aspirant, looking forward, to see you in GS class. I would like to wish you all good luck. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Goodbye.